This is international soccer celebrity Chris Doran, and you're listening to ACES Radio.
Hello, John. Thank you for joining me for lunch today.
Hello, Darby. Thank you for inviting me to join you for lunch today.
John, we are best friends and we frequently have lunch together.
Darby, I agree with that statement, mostly because of how true it is. Everything we are about to discuss will no doubt be equally as true.
I agree with your agreement, John. Anyway, how have you been? Are you still licking butts?
Sweet monkey tits, am I ever. As a matter of fact, I just licked 3 new butts this morning. They tasted like poop, which as you know is exactly how I like it. Poop and butts, poop and butts. Me a poopy boy, me love butt cheeks.
Good for you, Sean. Back before I was an elderly person, I also used to lick butts. God, how I miss those days. How I miss the taste of poopy butt cracks on my tongue. I wish so very much that my old man mouth was able to form saliva, because as you know, John, you can't lick the poopy poop butts without a mouthful of your own spit.
Darby, I do know that. You are correct. Thankfully I am still young enough to make enough spit to lick on my favorite butts and to eat all of the poop that I can get. Sometimes when there is not enough poop to eat, I'll steal other people's butts and then take their poop, then I eat the stolen poop, then I spend the rest of the day looking at pictures of the state of Kansas on a map. I eat poop and I lick butts, and I'm a Kansas City Wizards fan. My name is John, and all of those things I just said are true.
John, let me stop you right there. First of all, you smell like poop and you steal children's butts. Everyone knows you're more of a one-two man, and the word on the street is that Morgan invented the 2019 Crew Season Ticket Pledge Project thing, and that he's the top lad in the production standings even if he isn't in first place anymore.
Darby, you are so right about that. Morgan has 2 first-place trophies and we have none. Just based on math alone, he is superior to us in every way. P.S. I eat poop and steal children's butts.
I know, John. Hey look, our food has arrived, and our food is 2 plates of delicious poop. Shall we get down to eating all of this poop?
Darby, my name is John Zidar, and yes, I am ready to start eating this poop now.
We are best friends and we eat poop together for lunch all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
Eating poop is my favorite.
Eating poop is the best thing for me.
That's pretty dang cool.
Shall we begin?
You are now listening to an altogether less fashionable variety of soccer podcast. Broadcasting live from the capital city of Columbus, Ohio. Welcome to
ACES Radio. I got the new wings with the Zima flavor sauce.
I've given this no thought whatsoever.
Hashtag probably riding cock.
They're in your face, they're a little different. I think it's super cool. I love them. Jamie, ignorant slut.
Hold on to your butts.
Now, here are your hosts, Morgan Hughes, John Zidar, and Darby Schnarpus.
Oh,
Yeah, baby. Ignorant sluts, shitlords, and celebrity fans alike. If you're hearing the sound of my voice, it's already too late. You're tuned in to the latest, the lamest, and possibly last episode of ACES Radio. It's a Buffalo Bills podcast only. Coming up tonight on the program, the winning streak continues as Cruisers FC head to New England and pick up 3 points in the pouring rain. The panel will discuss cracking the code. Tonight it makes its triumphant return as we try to decipher what Rambo Gooner means when he uses words. Man balls, they are back and they are thrown about as liberally as ever. Darby, I welcome you back to the show, and I remind you that was a real conversation between you and Sean Sitar. Then on segment 2, the rarest of all rare treats, as a celebrity guest, unlike any other, which we don't mean as a compliment, stops by the show. Pete Shahada is back, bitches. You'll know him as Pete is back 20 on Twitter, but how does he feel about things and stuff? I don't know. Maybe you tune in to find out. On segment 3, we head live on Periscope for your hot takes, aka the battle for the grand prize, and sweet mother of God. A log jam at the top of the standings this week, fellas, as users A, B, C, D, E, F, and wrong side of the pond return to battle for hot take supremacy. Prediction scores, prediction updates, Cruisers versus Kansas City Wiz, Hang on Tour, the Ags Attack War, and so much fucking more. Brought to you as always by benevolent corporate overlord sponsors Blood and Urine, and broadcasting live from the beautiful front room here at Endeavor Brewing Company. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, a.k.a. Officer Carol Seaver. And I'm joined, as always, by AAA, the absentee amateur artist himself, Captain Jean-Luc, the wet boy Zadar, and everyone's favorite ancient ruin, Darby, the 40-year-old man-child Snarfix. Fellas, Malpanches, lambs from different dads, brothers from different mothers, and amigos, take his ammo. How in the hell have you been?
I'm sorry, your name is what?
I kind of want the crew to move now.
God damn it, John. That was not.
Why'd you say that, Morgan? You said you kind of want the crew to move? That was weird.
I didn't.
Why would you say that?
Before you said you were Carol Seaver, what did you say you were?
I said I'm continuing champion.
The what?
The continuing champion.
I'm sorry, my headphones are malfunctioning. I thought you said continuing champion.
That's because you're old and our headphones suck. I did say continuing champion. Welcome back, Darby Shranfus. Tune into segment 3 to find out what the hell he's talking about. Sean Sitar, the wet boy, how you been, pal?
I'll be a lot better in segment 3, Morgan.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have a long show today. Maybe we just cut stuff out.
Like the hot takes, I think we go straight to the prediction standings.
No, we can't do that, John.
That's
People
probably a good
put
idea.
in their
Solana
work.
MX? Yeah, he agrees. He
Ladies
approves.
and gentlemen, welcome back to the program. Fresh off of his tour of all his illegitimate children in Egypt and China, Solana Max is in studio. Sweet mother of God. It's great to have you back like that. You were on a honeymoon with Alan Trammell, is that what you said? Because you're a Detroit Tigers fan. Everyone hates you. Welcome to ACES Radio, ladies and gentlemen. My name is the continuing champion. You can tell that based on how many trophies I have and how many trophies Darby doesn't have and how many trophies the guest will never have. Brent Miller, sad, failing. He sucks.
I have a trophy.
That's true. It's like a third-place trophy. You know
have
what?
2.
Yeah. We had housekeeping to talk
I have
about.
other trophies.
I thought Jarvis Woodson was going to be here to talk about the hats.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
he's not. So, sad.
Yeah.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Maybe-
Hats that we don't want to talk about yet anyways.
Maybe we'll just tweet about it tomorrow, John.
Maybe we won't.
Maybe we will. And from
No.
the Gangster Crew Baby account, maybe. Whoever that is.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he have a special edition fedora coming out?
I hope so.
That would be sweet. A Save the Crew fedora.
I'm not saying that I've looked into making one for him, but I might have looked into making one for him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Was it like cost prohibitive? Like you can't, it's not going to happen?
No, it's called surprise.
Oh!
I mean, it was a surprise.
Right.
That's what they call a surprise in the industry.
Yeah.
I
As we
believe.
know, he
Jeez.
listens every week, so now he knows.
Well,
If that 2-year-old
Maybe
child
I don't give it
listens
to
this
him.
trash podcast, we're all in trouble. Moving on, Cruisers FC taking on New England Civil Warmans over the weekend. Your formation, your 4-2-3-1 with Zach Steffen in net, Awful, Mensa, Abu Bakar, Valenzuela across the back, Trapp and Artur. In the middle, Hansen, Higuain, Argudo, which is Spanish for Argudo, on the wings, and attacking mid, and your boy Jossi Zardes up top. Your subs, Christian Martinez came on for Nico Hansen, so hot right now in the 60th minute. Mike Grella, he's a great speller. He came on for Luis Argudo, which is Spanish for Luis Argudo, in the 68th. Josh Williams relieved Mike Grella in the 90th because he put in a solid 22 minutes. Milton Valenzuela picks up a yellow for the crew in the 44th minute, and your goal, Lalas Abubakar.
That's pretty much how the New England...
Abreakson?
yeah, that guy didn't know how to pronounce
said
his
it.
name.
He said like 3 different ways during that segment.
After the goal, he was like,
Yeah.
Abubakar. Yeah. With the goal. I'm like, dude, you said it very quickly before. Anyway, Lala scores in the 85th minute, up the Dayton Flyers. Hashtag Dayton Flyers for life. Darby Shranfus, 40-year-old man-child, 6th-game unbeaten streak, 3-game winning streak, 4-game shutout streak, 10 minutes away from the longest stretch of time without giving up a goal in franchise history. Exactly how hot are the Columbus Crew right now?
I mean, they're finding ways to get it done. They're not always winning pretty, but step 1 is shut out the opposition. Step 2 is get the ball in the net however the hell you can do it. And in this game, that was a however the hell you did it sort of thing. Abubakar led the entire team with 3 shots on goal.
Yeah.
He was the second highest shot taker in the game, just like, we drew it up. Yeah, it was one of those weird, messy, sloppy games with rain on plastic turf. But good teams figure out how to gut their way through those and get results, and that's what they did.
Yeah. I mean, John, a game that had 0-0 written all over it. How big is it to pick up 3 points on the road when your next 4 games include the first-place team in the East, first-place team in the West, leaders in points per game in the league, and the defending Cup champions? I mean, you really cannot overvalue these 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, they're valuable 3 points, but I think it's also a valuable morale booster for the guys. I mean, that was a coach's win, right?
John Zadar has called.
I wonder if you're going to do it. I mean, Greg altered his tactics, altered the game plan, and did his homework, and it worked out. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to see, I think, a little bit more frequently. Is it a willingness to get away from the system that he's built and that he loves so much, and which typically does work for the most part. But yeah, it was good. I didn't watch any of the game except for the highlights because I was out of town with no reception at a wedding, but I watched the highlights and it looked good.
The highlights looked great.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
Were just
I don't know where to. I don't even know where to go now to watch
constantly.
games now that MLS Live isn't a thing. So
ESPN Plus.
Oh.
Yeah. And MLS updated
But that probably
their
costs
app.
money or something, right?
It does.
Well, you can still
$5
steal
a month.
Morgan's login credentials,
It's true.
I think.
I do have a subscription to ESPN
Do you?
Plus now, so you
I'll
can
probably
have it.
ask you for that then.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just saw the highlights. Good goal by Abubakar. Unmarked.
Oh, nearly put it through the keeper's
He shook
head.
that, yeah.
Like, he hit the hell out of that.
I don't know if that screen was intentional that separated him from his defender, but it worked.
Absolutely was.
And I feel like they've done it a couple times now.
Well, they were
so maybe
doubling-
it is a plan. I don't know.
They were. I don't know what you call it in soccer. In basketball, we call it double teaming. They were double teaming Jossie, and I mean, first of all, that was a great movement away from the ball. But Higuain's placement was perfect. It was perfection. And I'm somebody who needs to eat crow now because I bitch about Higuain on set pieces almost more than I do
I don't think
anything.
you need to eat crow. He's been awful.
John, I'm hungry.
Oh, well, you can eat the crow. Well, there's some poop left. Do you want some poop?
No, I mean, I'm going to leave that to you guys. Where's the goddamn crow?
I think we're full.
This is a crow. It's the sound of a crow.
That's what it sounds. Yeah, I've seen some in my yard. That's what they sound like.
I quote John Zadar, Drabby, you are right, and I agree with that. Darby, you watched the game. 12th minute, 2-foot, studs up, tackle on awful, cleats to the thigh.
Oh.
That wasn't even, not only was it not a red card, it wasn't even sent to VAR for review.
I don't think that was even included in the highlights.
No, they didn't include it in the
Yeah.
highlights.
No, because
I
they'd
wasn't
have
aware
to
of that.
acknowledge how badly they blew that call. Yeah, it was.
I'm surprised that they didn't go back and retroactively give it after the game then.
I expected that there would have been some kind of like disco
Yeah,
thing.
right.
But I haven't heard anything. Also, I've been busy
Well, at this
trying to
point-
save the crew, so.
Right.
Hashtag
Of course.
the last hashtag 2019 ticket initiative. Use that on Friendster, and we're going to get it done. Back to you, Darby.
So much wrong there.
I just don't even know.
Hashtag
what happened.
ticket initiative.
Ticket initiative. All right, if you're on Friendster, go to hashtag ticket initiative.
Tishit.
And
Yeah,
find
that's
me.
it. TISHET.
I'll be sitting at the table.
Initiate.
Marked
Tishit
hashtag
initiative.
Tishit initiative. Tissues. Back to you, Darby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. That was-
Well, there was a 30th minute foul in the 30th minute on Nico Hansen as well, and I believe that they were appealing for a handball on the crew late in the game, and like none of that shit was sent to VAR. Like, what was it? Because the refs just wanted to get the fuck out of there? I mean, I wouldn't blame them. That was like a nor'easter.
Was it raining really hard?
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't even. You can't even really tell on the.
It was raining so hard you couldn't tell, honestly,
Yeah.
like on the video. But then when you saw like close-ups, you're like, Jesus H.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Those storms had just passed through here the day or so prior or whatever.
It was getting leveled, man. It was nasty. It was nasty. Christian Martinez. I wanted to say this about him real quick, John. I know that you can relate to this because you're not great at soccer. Christian Martinez in the 70th minute. Great build-up play by Pipa. And Christian can't get the ball off of his goddamn foot. Now, you don't have to watch the game to know that we don't like people that do Ethan Finley impressions. Don't be like Ethan Finley, guys. Get the ball off your fucking foot. Shoot it. John Starr, get some chalk on those boots, as I always tell you, which is a term that I'm familiar with from being a soccer player.
Yeah, you've used it many times over the years.
I didn't just learn it last week, and I know that you can't be offsides on a throw-in, John. Why are these guys even in the pros that can't get the ball off their goddamn foot? Shoot the fucking ball. Back to you.
I mean, I don't know what. So what? He just like held it and then lost it.
It was a great ball by Higuain.
What was the end result of the play?
One time would have put it on frame. One touch and would have still put it on frame. He took about 12 touches and the ball just kind of fell out of the box. It was horrible.
I mean, just like dribbled it out of the end.
He allowed the defenders to run 120 yards and take the ball from him.
Huh. I don't know.
I'm mostly bringing that up because you're a Christian Martinez apologist.
Well, I can't really speak to something I haven't seen, but maybe he's just not confident shooting, so he wants to get that perfect angle before he does it. I don't.
Yeah, and I
don't really know what else to say without having seen it. So
I think it was a hard game to take good shots because of the surface. And
yeah, I mean, if
the
it's
moisture.
raining as hard as you're claiming it was, then yeah, just being able to control the ball. I mean, the speed on turf is already fast, and then you make it wet, and it's uncontrollable.
Yeah, I mean, Higuain skied the shit out of that one shot. Argudo skied the shit out of one of the shots.
I did see that Higuain shot, and I was just like, that's an easy sitter, dude. You got to put it on frame.
We'll be kind and say that these kinds of mistakes were wet turf sort of mistakes, and not just them.
Yeah, like John said, you make it wet.
Right,
it's out of control.
It flies all over the place.
You get a lot of spit in your mouth. Otherwise,
Salon
you
and
can't
Max
swallow
are
the
just
shit.
like making eye contact with each other the whole time. Like,
while you guys are talking,
he said wet.
He's losing it down there.
He said wet. He's a wet boy. I'll say this. No, don't do that, John. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. Anytime you can get through a road game in the rain on turf and no one has a career-ending injury, you chalk it up as a victory. If you get a point out of it, it's great. If you get 3 points out of it, I mean, like, that's dream scenario. So, there's a lot to cover today. Today was definitely not a slow news day because it's Thursday and everything happens on Thursday. So we will move right along, lads, to color impressions of the match. Reminder, as always, is a combination of the word color and the word impressions. Put it together, color impressions, Darby. Your color impression of the match, my friend.
I mean, it was gray, like the sky. Other than a good moment, that was a pretty gray game.
Yeah. All right, Sean Sitar, the wet boy. You didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Your color impressions of the replay, or of the highlights, my friend.
Oh, man. I almost said something that might have been construed racist. I was going to say black like a Boubacar. But I mean, I don't really know what else to say, and
I'm glad that you didn't.
I don't mean it racist, but
insane.
A black like a Boubacar's hair? I don't know.
That's what I thought you meant.
there you
that's
go.
what I was really thinking, but I don't know.
That's much less racist.
I mean,
what you
is it really
originally
racist
said.
though? He is black.
And he has very dark hair.
Right.
What else were we supposed to say? He scored a goal off of that hair,
That's
and we love it.
Right. That's literally all I could think of. That's really the only highlight I remember.
You should have just gone straight to the hair and not mentioned the racism.
Well,
like that's a good rule of thumb.
No,
in life.
the hair was what I was thinking,
I
but
like the way
the no hair was what I assumed people were going to think. So
Yeah.
I shouldn't have explained it the way I explained it.
Boubacar's
I didn't
hair.
explain it well.
Yeah, just go straight to that.
First of all, let's just say you certainly did not. Second of all, the color of a Boubacar's hair is a great color because it picked us up 3 points on Saturday.
Can I do a texture?
Sure, John. No, I actually probably should. No. Based on all the available data, you probably shouldn't. No. Rat called AJ has breaking news for me. Do the players have to RSVP? No. Clark Beacom has confirmed to Keith Noss on Twitter that the players do not have to RSVP for the Open Cup match.
And also, they don't have the technology to preload cards like credit cards.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah. So I'm talking to Pam this week, and I'm hiding from her. She gets home from work.
I saw the video. You scared her.
Yeah.
And you beat the shit out of her.
I beat the shit out of her. She was like, that was a great roast.
She's surely dead.
That was a great roast. And then she says to me, what was your color impression of the match, my friend? And I said, don't imitate me.
Uh-huh.
How dare you? But my color impression is the color.
Yellow Beach, Columbus Crew.
That's right, John. Yellow.
Like what Asian player on our team?
Like Wallace and Babacar's hair. Dayton Flyer for life. Darby, what if I told you that there was a cure for the scourge? That is John's overwhelming racism, almost as if he's trying to channel Greg Benson.
There's no cure for the level of racism that John is portraying today.
That's true. Well, end of the show.
Yeah. Cool. See you.
Right.
I love everyone.
That's right, Darby. They say the only cure for John's lies about loving everyone is knowledge.
And now,
Whoop-de-doo.
an ACES radio exclusive.
What does it all mean, Grandpa?
Cracking the code. They say it.
Everything we do is for the city.
What?
We explain it.
Who we are is for the city.
I understand you.
You reap the benefits.
What? They speak English and what? What? English, motherfucker! Do you speak it? Yeah!
And it's all for Columbus.
For Columbus, indeed. Welcome back, season ticket members. If you're holding an unloaded season ticket membership card, it can only mean one thing. You're here on ACES Radio, and it's cracking the code. Yeah, fucking tastic. Everyone loves that. Today's Cracking the Code clip comes to us, Darby, from none other than a good friend of mine. A good friend of mine. Well, who I thought was a good friend of mine, in any case. And that is none other than Rambo Gooner. That's right, John. Rambo Gooner.
Who's that? I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with that name.
I thought you were going to say Don Garber.
Well, tune in to find out. But I'll say this of my friend Rambo Gooner. His fair city had a big day today, John. They drew an Open Cup game against Minnesota United fighting Ethan Finley's. And there was also an announcement that there would be an announcement. And everyone has announced that they assume the announcement has something to do with them getting into MLS. So it was a big day for U.S. Open Cup and rumors in Cincinnati. And I says to my friend Rambo Gooner, I says,
John Rambo,
how are you? And he says, Morgan, let me stop you right there. What does that smell? It smells great. And I said, that's me. And he said, I like that. I like that smell. What is that? Soap? And I said, it is. It's antibacterial lotion.
Glen Avenue Soap Company?
That I've dried out and made into soap. So it's like
you dried the lotion out and turned it into soap.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, first he puts the lotion in the basket, and then he gets the hose
It takes a
again.
long time.
We're using our NPR voices?
And then you put it on your armpits.
Oh,
and rub it in there. And it's double cleaning, double moisturizing.
That's impressive.
Double cleaning?
Once you dry it out, it becomes double.
Once you dry it out, it gets stronger.
That's right. So I says to Rambo Gooner, give me your thoughts on the day today, big day today. And he says the following to me in 3, 2, 1.
Well. Look who's on their way up to the major leagues, bitches. What up to all my backwards ass country farmer shitlords up in Cowtown? It's me, Rambo Gooner, the guy who invented soccer culture in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Just wanted to stop by to offer my condolences on the crew drawing the Breach V Fire in the Open Cup. That sucks that you piles of cow poop won't get to come down here to Cincy for a second year in a row to see how a real city operates, and to get your black and gold buttholes crushed all the way back up to your abandoned shacks, or whatever kind of haggard-ass buildings you people live in. Before I leave y'all to play with your tiny baby dicks while you attempt to understand the big city words that I've been using, I also wanted to tell everyone up there in Ohio State football land to get fucked. Because the FC Cincy Rough Lads Cincinnati Fussball Club Dutch Lions are about to be the best fussball team in the entire state of Ohio. Not that we even identify as Ohioans or anything. Gotta run. I have supporter culture to invent and lads on the footy pitch to up, and also I have to watch a Rambo movie, because I love the Rambo movies, and I watch a Rambo movie every day, because my name is Rambo Gooner, and the Rambo part of my name is because I like Rambo, and I watch Rambo movies almost every day. Hashtag YOLO Fuss 24 Fuss Blaze, Lamb Fussball.
First of all, aggressive. Aggressive. Second of all, I don't know what hashtag YOLO Fuss 24 Fuss Blaze it. Let me fussball means, but I'm sure that there's a B in there somewhere that's German. Darby Schranfus, big day today in Cincinnati. We would not be a Buffalo Bills podcast if we didn't talk about a city that's in our division, the AFC North, and that is Cincinnati, Ohio. We will get to the Open Cup draw that happened that Rambo Gooner alluded to, but first let's talk about FC Cincinnati. All signs point to them being announced as the newest expansion team for Major League Soccer.
In.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening.
No, like Brian Strauss released articles.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the press releases are like FCC ownership, the Cincinnati mayor, and Don Garber are going to be present. Like, what the fuck else is it going to be? You can just go ahead and say it.
Yeah, so
you have literally told us.
Could be a town hall.
In attendance.
They've already done that once. Town hall. Everyone had a bunch of Don Garber cutout heads.
Did they really?
Oh, yeah.
They're fucking losers.
Son of a bitch. So no, they're getting in, Darby. Give me your thoughts on FCC as a major league soccer team.
I mean, I think they've established the things that they need to get into the league. And individually, everybody here at the table is shit on FCC at some point, and rightfully so, because they're a bunch of garbage human beings.
That's right.
As a general rule. That being said, they consistently win the stands, which is really what MLS cares about.
Yeah. Right. Even though it's irrelevant.
they've got a stadium site, so they can have the footy specific stadium.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually going to be built in Ohio, which is a big plus because fuck Kentucky. They check all the boxes. They've done their homework. They busted their asses. So welcome.
Yeah, Sean Sitar, the wet boy. You know Rambo Gooner. Did you know that the Rambo part of his name is because he watches Rambo movies every day?
I do now.
I'm glad he said that. I learned so much.
Did he say that? Did you overhear that in a diner?
No.
Was it in your pocket
you
recorder?
conveniently didn't.
I've heard a lot at diners this week, John, but that was not one of them.
Applebee's.
Where did he tell you?
He talked into my crotch, in between my thighs.
Wait, drove up here from Cincinnati just to yell into your loins?
Well, I mean, it was like northern Kentucky, but yeah, he drove up here. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he was driven. He was on a bus.
He took a Greyhound?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's some Benson level shit, but he made it happen. Whatever. FCC's coming to the show, John. Your thoughts?
Yeah, good for them. That's exciting. I don't particularly give a shit.
Oh shit! Oh, I didn't even think about this. What about the bet you and I made?
Yeah, you lost it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, how long was the thing?
It was the Seattle game. We made that bet, and that was a few weeks ago. I checked earlier today.
Oh, bullshit, Walter.
No, it's May 11th. You have a YouTube video of you droning the TIFO on May 11th.
What? No.
Yeah, you do. I checked it today.
So what? Wasn't
Why
it like
don't you
with
tell
all
everybody
you
else
said
what
it
the
was
fuck you're talking
Cincinnati will be in the league within 3 years.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep. You lost.
How do you remember what
by
day
weeks.
it was?
Because I bet you that we would wear a Seattle jersey in our profile picture. Why would I not remember?
Fuck.
You literally lost by like weeks.
Yes.
Like a week and a half.
By like less than 2 weeks.
It was May 11th of last year, of 2015 or whatever.
Are you fucking kidding me, FCC? No, it was exactly 2 weeks then. Right?
Yeah. I know because that's how I checked. I searched Columbus Crew Seattle, or I searched Seattle Tifo Sweat, and your video was like the first link to come up, and in the description of the video says, drone video of Tifo hours before Columbus beats the shit out of Seattle or something like that.
This is not my week. For standings or bets. John and I bet that if I said they have enough money and it's a good enough city that they'll be in MLS within 3 years.
Yep.
And you know what? They fucking would have been if it weren't for Anthony goddamn fucking Precourt. Absolutely 100% it would have fucking happened.
If they hadn't delayed it by 6 months.
Absolutely. Dude, speaking of Anthony Precourt, I want to say this. This time, like...
Jesus.
Okay, so like...
Moving on.
Just over 3 years ago, when they announced this...
It's like more than a 90-degree turn.
No, this is relevant. FC Cincinnati didn't even exist.
Yes.
And it's important to note...
Wait, what? When he bought the team? Is that what you're talking about?
No, 3 years ago when we made our bet.
They were just announcing it. Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
so they weren't even... They didn't have a coach, they didn't have players, they didn't have a roster.
They hadn't done anything.
Yeah, they didn't even have a logo.
They didn't have players or a roster?
Exactly, Darby.
Wow.
Those are your words. So it's important to know that this is what happens when local...
Hi, my name is John Zadar, and I agree with everything Darby said. It's true.
That's how you talk. Those are the things that you say. This is what happens when local motherfucking ownership owns a team and cares and invests their time and energy and money like business owners are supposed to. Specifically, sports business owners. This is what happens. You can go from not existing to being theoretical, from being theoretical to being in the top flight of American soccer if you care. And they fucking care in Cincinnati.
They got their downtown stadium way faster.
Goddamn right.
Well, because they tried.
Had more speed bumps and handled it like professionals, like the professionals that they fucking are.
Yeah, real businessmen. They've done things and known what they're doing.
Yeah, and you know, it wouldn't have happened. It honestly wouldn't have happened without the city of Cincinnati, standing behind them. And how cool has it been to watch a city in our state being given the opportunity to rise from nothing to something? Not only it speaks to what can happen if groups of people are given the opportunity to prove that they deserve to exist. And I'm really, really excited for Cincinnati, not just from a crew perspective, the Hell is Real Cup, whatever the fuck we're calling it, but it's cool to see this.
Boners.
Yeah, Darby, talk about this.
Good.
No, I mean, I don't know what I can say other than it induces boners. But yeah, no, and for the record, for anybody who wants to get into the league moving forward, they just laid you out a blueprint for what you need to do.
Well, what team are they going to be? Which number?
27?
26.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's only one slot left then, because they only want to get to 28.
That's 2 slots.
30. Right? They said 30.
I just was reading the Brian Strauss article and it said 28. So
Detroit and not Sacramento.
But then maybe, but also we have to remember that.
Well, no, I mean, if they're 27, then there's only one more. I don't remember.
26.
But remember,
there's an odd number right now with LA, right?
So we have 23 plus Cincinnati, Nashville, and Miami. So that's 26.
Oh, I forgot about
so
Miami.
there's going to be 2 more.
Also, Nashville might not happen.
Yes.
What?
You know? Yeah, no, their city council is like, oh, yeah, no, this is a terrible deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So all this to say, Don Garber will be in the Buckeye State on this coming Tuesday, which is the 5-year anniversary of the Dayton Dutch Lions murdering Eddie Gavin. We will get to that just a moment. But I think that it's worth mentioning that, you know, since there's at least one representative of Save the Crew here, and that is myself.
What is Save the Crew, actually? Can you
sock puppet?
It's an app, John.
It's an app?
Yeah,
what does
you
it
get
do?
it through
What's the app
Friendster.
do?
I'm not really
you
sure
go
yet.
through another app to get the app?
We haven't got to that part yet. All we know is you can
Well,
buy it on Friendster.
You mentioned it.
Well, we're like a band on MySpace as well. So flip over to side 2 of the diskette, download Save the Crew to your 2GS, IGS.
Well, can I get it on my Zoom?
Yeah. It's available on Audio Galaxy, John. Back to me. So, you know, here's the thing. There's been some little bits of talk on the internet today about, you know, is Save the Crew going to make their presence known at this event? And I do not speak for Save the Crew. I don't speak for anyone except myself.
You just said that you were all Save the Crew
I am
and only Save the Crew. So
I am
So
Save the Crew.
theoretically, you do speak
But
for
right
Save
now,
the Crew,
I'm
then,
talking
huh?
about myself and not Save the Crew.
Oh.
I don't see any reason why we should not allow, that's a terrible way of putting it, why we should interject ourselves into another city celebrating a really cool thing that's happening to them, especially a team that we're going to be in the league with for the next fucking forever. Cincinnati gets 1 day of happiness and celebration before we officially start destroying them in league play and an Open Cup competition. No one remembers what happened last year. Eyes on the prize, the future. Darby, your thoughts on the upcoming Don Garber party on Tuesday, my friend?
I mean, you know, they deserve it. Like, is it going to be a little bit of an MLS circle jerk? Yeah, but that's how things work these days. And Cincinnati deserves its moment in the sun.
Yeah.
They set out. They literally created the team with this goal, and they've achieved it. So they should celebrate. They should be happy. We should say for the record, people from Columbus don't go down and be dicks.
Yeah.
Don't go down at all. You don't need to go down there. You're not a Cincinnati fan.
Yeah,
Why are you going down there?
There's no need to send a message. Don Garber knows that we don't fucking like him. That's
Right.
Your scarf isn't going to make a difference at that. I'm not. If you want to go down and just celebrate and be happy with them, cool. But by all means,
Don't waste a day off work for that.
Yeah.
We got an Open Cup game coming up.
What
Use
if
your
we
day
don't have
off
jobs?
work for that.
What if I don't have a job, John?
Well, you're homeless, so I
If-
don't
if
think you can afford to drive
This is
down
unfortunate
there.
for me.
if you have the outstanding urge to do a Save the Crew thing on that day, find out where Don Garber's staying, what hotel he's staying in, and send him 500 pizzas.
DJ Wigwam might like that.
This is a terrible plan. That just sounds like something great.
500.
Why would you send him about
pizzas.
500 pizzas?
I was in my hotel room. I was super hungry, and then just a bunch of pizza showed up.
showed
It was
up, yeah.
fucking
It's
great.
great. Thanks, Darby.
God, I love Cincinnati.
500 pizzas?
Is there any way we can get him a
People
second
own
team?
freezers, Darby.
Yeah.
Don Garber doesn't.
Also, you say that
He
he
sleeps
can't
in a
just
coffin.
throw the pizzas away. He doesn't live at the hotel. He doesn't have to live around the pizzas.
Pile them up in front of his door, so he can't get out.
Darby,
Oh yes,
Darby, you're thinking.
Darby
500
hasn't
pounds of
clearly
Skyline
never
chili.
pranked anyone.
Well, I mean,
What'd
he's
you do?
thinking-
I deposited $500 in his bank account.
I don't know how he's
What
gonna
else?
come back
What
from
else
that.
did you do? I went over when he wasn't there and I mowed his lawn.
Morgan, I'd like to revisit something. I can confirm that John Tatar
John Dadar.
Sean Tatar does in fact eat poop.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he definitely.
Oh
eats
my god!
poop.
Guess what
Yeah.
else I did? I ate his share of the poop. It's a great prank, Darby.
I thought maybe you guys would just leave that at that diner. That's why you guys are meeting in secret to talk about how much poop you eat. But you brought it on the show, and that's fine. Whatever. We'll finish by saying this. If your idea was we need Don Garber to feel nervous about Save the Crew, it's already happening. Trust me. There are things happening behind the scenes. They're very nervous about us being.
If Cincinnati people want to do something, then go for it.
Oh,
but-
certainly we're not saying free.
Yeah, but Columbus people don't need to be
We're
getting
not
involved.
planning anything. And if
No.
anybody from Columbus thinks that there's going to be some bus to go down there and fucking picket, and that's not. dude, we are at our best when we're concentrating on this city, this place, this soccer market, this team. Let's continue doing that. Second piece of Cincinnati-related hot takery, U.S. Open Cup draw happened today, the fourth-round draw. Possibilities for the crew was the aforementioned Rough Lads of FC Cincinnati, Minnesota United FC, and the Bridgeview Fire. Of course, we draw Bridgeview because why the fuck not? But we do host at Darby. It will be at Montfrey Stadium. Mentioned earlier, it has been almost 5 years since our last Open Cup home game played at the Tiny Demon Fortress. And, of course, that was the day Eddie Gavin was murdered by the Dayton Dutch Lions. Your thoughts on the upcoming fourth-round matchup against Bridgeview Fire, my friend?
I'm intrigued by what's going to happen. Because, of course, it's going to be a super congested week now. And historically, this round of the Open Cup, the team doesn't tend to put a lot of effort in. You get a lot of, B squad players, except for last season, which didn't actually go all that well. I mean, maybe it didn't go that well. I don't remember what happened last year. But yeah, I mean, conversely, it is a home game. You are going to have some number of fans there. It would be nice to not fucking mail this in, and it's always good to beat the Fire.
Yeah.
And this would be a really good year to really go after the Open Cup, because this is a year that we could use some fucking silverware.
Mm-hmm.
So I say go for it. I mean, we've got really good depth this year. You've got a good winger rotation. You've got a good center back rotation. Like, you got guys pretty much everywhere who can step up and get some time here. So I'd like for this to be the year.
I would too, and it is. It's good to have depth. It'll be nice to see Sammy Sosa play. It'll be nice to see Gonzalo, what's his name, Higuain, the center back from Argentina, come back. I don't watch Italian football, but I think that's a place for Aberdeen maybe. John, we find ourselves in a precarious situation again with the Open Cup. It's like we talked about all the time with Bobby, where he would, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. We bitched for years about them not taking games like the Dayton Dutch Lions seriously, and then the next time we play them, Eddie Gavin gets murdered for life.
Mm-hmm. I blame you.
I blame myself as well. Jarvis punches his hand into the side of the cement wall of the stadium and breaks it. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But we find ourselves in a season where there's a lot more at stake, and the team is really fucking good in league play. So what's the right answer? If you're Greg Berhalter, how are you handling this from a personnel perspective?
I think he's done a good job rotating the last couple weeks, as we've seen, so I don't anticipate him having much of an issue here. I think he'll probably not necessarily go with as strong of a roster as he did last year for this tournament, simply because I think that we do have a lot of big-time league matches coming up, and I think that those are important. Realistically, these Open Cup games are the ones that your reserves should be able to go out and handle, right? So I expect we'll see people like Alex Cronale finally get another start and stuff like that.
He just got loaned back to Orange County, though. That's another thing that's interesting.
Oh, he did?
Will he come back?
Well, he could be called back again.
He can.
So, so I don't know. It'll be interesting. I didn't know he was gone again. So it'll be interesting to see if he comes back. Be interesting to see if we see people like Gaston go out there. I don't know how much longer Pedro is going to be out, but maybe that's a game where he sees some minutes to kind of work him back to match fitness. And we saw that fairly young lineup, 2 weeks ago in the midweek game? That, wasn't necessarily the best game, but they got the job done, so maybe those are the guys we see for this kind of thing.
I mean, you're going to probably see a heavy dose of Abu, a heavy dose of Ricardo Clark's, your Hector Jimenez, your Eduardo Sosa's, Adam John, Logan Kettering.
Yeah.
These are guys that you feel comfortable, playing some meaningful minutes in regular season play, and this is why we have them. I actually feel more comfortable going up against a reserve team of the Bridgeview Fire than I would going up against Richmond Kickers or the fucking San Antonio Spiders or whatever they're called. Because you find yourself in a situation where, like we were against Cincinnati, against Rough Lads last year, where they were just playing with fucking 11 goalies. And one ball bounces off at GB's head, who I remind you was not eligible to play in league play because he's a biter. He's a biter.
Is he still on that team?
I don't know. He's probably suspended for fucking biting people.
Yeah.
He's a biter. He can't play nice with others, but he could play in the Open Cup. We won't have. I don't think we'll have that problem with the Bridgeview Fire because they're going to try to step toe to toe with Columbus Crew because they're the top flight team. I feel more comfortable going into this game than I normally would. Darby, I want to get your thoughts on something we teased earlier. Rat called AJ showed me a tweet from Daddy Beeks that said it was talking about whether or not the players will have to have RSVP'd. So their tickets are available but not downloadable, not loadable but printable. Your thoughts on why the fuck we can't get tickets loaded onto the card that only exists so that you can put tickets on it?
I just called Clark out and he said that tickets are on your account and can be used on your mobile device but not on your card.
Oh, that's good.
Right. Yeah. So and also I called him out a little bit too because he did tweet out saying this is just a thing. It's a thing that we can't do. So I said, hey, there are credit cards now that are reloadable. You don't have to have an account. You just say, I want to put $100 on here, and you give them $100, and the magic money goes on the card.
Yeah.
You can do it at any time, and it instantly updates, and you can use it anywhere on the fucking planet. And Clark said, Ticketmaster doesn't do that.
I knew it was going to be a Ticketmaster thing.
My inclination to respond is, one, Ticketmaster is the fucking worst, and we know this.
Absolutely.
So maybe don't work with them.
Does every team in the league work
No.
with Ticketmaster? I didn't think so.
There is at least one team.
But they don't use it as their main CRM or everybody uses Ticketmaster. I just don't think that every team uses it to the extent that we do.
I think at least one of the Texas teams, I think, uses some sort of different vendor.
If you're not using what else would you be doing with it if you're not using it as your method of
they
ticket
use it
distribution?
as a CRM thing to organize all of their customer data, to log calls, to run automation, to
They
reach
use
out to
Ticketmaster
people.
for all of that?
Oh yeah.
Why?
I think actually the Crew moved to Salesforce.com last year, which is just, dude, if you're not using Salesforce and you're in sales, what the fuck are you even on? It's not even a thing.
Yeah. Well, and my second point would be, you now have had this card-based system for 3 seasons now, maybe more. Maybe go to Ticketmaster and say, hey, we're giving you a shit ton of money. Why don't you add one more functionality to this card so that we can actually use it in the way that we need to?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a canned answer for it, but
okay,
you're right.
I never had a card before.
It's like a small plastic device, John.
Oh, is that what that is?
It's a big
You
building
describe
with
it to me?
nurses and patients. That's not important right now.
Anyways, when you go to, I know you can do the ticket exchange with season ticket stuff.
Solana is
what are
holding
you
it up
doing?
as
no,
if we're on TV.
I've got one. Now.
Well, the
I've
camera
never
closed up
had
on
one
Solana Max's hand. He's holding up a card.
I've never had one before.
John, you have a whole wallet full of cards.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
And
Great.
for most of them, you can update them anytime you want, right?
Right. Yes, literally all of them, but the black and yellow one.
Yeah.
No. So when you go, if you were to go to exchange a ticket, right, which I know you can do, what do they do then? Do they make you print it out, or does it stay on your card and just go to the game you choose to switch it to? How does that work?
If I transfer a ticket to somebody?
No,
say you can't attend.
Yeah.
Whatever was that last game?
Yeah.
And you can trade it in for the next upcoming home game, right?
Sure.
So then you technically have 2 tickets to that game.
Yeah.
Would both those tickets be in your card, or would you have to print out that one you traded?
You'd have to either use mobile entry or print out the second one. However, that's a good point. But these are original one-time tickets. This is
I wasn't arguing that was a reason they shouldn't be able to do it. I was just genuinely
It's
asking,
another
'cause
lack
I
of
don't know.
functionality.
Right.
Yes.
That should be a thing still.
Yeah. I'm not bitching about the front office. I'm bitching about the decisions the front office has made.
Well, that's bitching about the front office.
And I mean the
and
front
rightfully
office
so.
of MLS who've decided that Ticketmaster is the coffin that they sleep in. It's just not good enough. I know it makes you a lot of money. First of all, Ticketmaster's highest functionality is a scarecrow, is a straw man rather, where you can go, what are we going to do? Ticketmaster is charging you $7.50 for convenience fee. It's just Ticketmaster, right? Fuck no. Every team decides what their convenience fee is and all that shit. That money goes directly to. None of it goes to Ticketmaster. Anyway. That's it. That's cracking the code. Anybody else got any other shit? What are we even doing? I can't believe Rambo Gunner said that, John.
He was there for the founding of the Rough Lads. I feel so betrayed.
I do too. We were walking around that parking lot, and he's like, "I'm one of us for life," and now I don't believe him anymore.
No,
because of the tiny baby dick comment. I think.
Oh, is that why? You still believe me then?
Well, he told me I had a big grown-up penis earlier.
Oh, and then he changed his mind?
And then he said baby penis. And I'm like, what? Which is it?
But
nobody
if it's true...
Nobody has ever told you have a grown-up penis.
If the first thing was the first thing was the lie and the second thing is the truth, how can you feel betrayed?
I don't know, very carefully. Very, very carefully is probably the answer. Now the studio audience knows.
And knowing is half the battle.
Say what again?
He's absolutely right.
Say what one more goddamn time.
No, you can't, Walter, because you're dead and you were never alive. You're a puppet. You lived on Greg's fist. You're a disgusting puppet. Everyone hates you.
Greg Benson
there's that
has
one.
been deported.
Moving on, last thing in segment 1, then we're going to take a break because I have to urinate. Man balls of the week. Combination of man of the match and game balls, which as a term is too long as opposed to this explanation, which is perfectly formed. Darby Schranfus, the 40-year-old man-child. You're man balls of the week, my friend.
First man ball of the week goes to Abubakar. Defensive beast, offensive threat. The man just did it all in that game. And somehow didn't wind up on the MLS Team of the Week because
but Jonathan Mensah
Jonathan Mensah's turn because reasons, I guess. Second man ball goes to John just because.
Fake news.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
One man balled myself. John Zadar.
No. Okay, well, you only have one to give away. Then it's your turn.
More.
No.
Well, there's a whole collection
so
of John. Maybe
Morgan
one
is minus 3 man balls
less.
now.
Yeah, I'd like to take one man ball away from Morgan.
That's not true. You can.
I'd like to give it to Darby.
Ball away from Morgan.
I'd like to give it to Darby.
No. Who do you think you are, Pam? She's the only one allowed to take my balls. Self-roasting. You use the hashtag on Friendster.
That's not really self-roast.
Go to friendster.com/.
It's not roast.
You just said, I have sex with my fiance. Self-roast.
Crewtickets.com/Friendster and use the code Ralph25.
I mean, he might have sex with her.
And you'll figure out that website doesn't.
I think he has sex near her with himself.
Please don't talk over this. This is called the interlude.
This one?
It'd be really easy. Pam wouldn't even notice. It just looked like he's scratching his chest.
Yeah. Episode 14 is live on RalphShudellShow.com /season. The only season. John
Why
Zadar.
are you lactating on your sternum?
Don't ask. It's been a rough day. John Zadar, the wet boy, your man balls of the week, my friend.
Yeah, I'd like to give one man ball to Abubakar, I guess. And then I'd like to give my other man ball to Darby.
All right. And
my best friend who I go to lunch with all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, those are your words.
I know, I just said them.
Darby, you are right.
Yeah, MCL, they really stepped up their buffet game with the poo here recently.
Yeah, I can't lie. The poo offerings are top-notch.
Hey, if we're going to talk seriously about MCL...
About poo?
Well, no, we always do that. MCL, you got to get the lemon meringue pie. You got to get the chicken... what are they called? Bones? Chicken bones?
Chicken wings?
Chicken wings.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, you have to get the chicken bones.
Chicken bones. They've already had the meat eaten off of them.
Yeah.
They're delicious.
No, I don't think chicken wings is what it's called. What is like the...
Fingers? Yes, chicken wings.
Like
you made the noise
drumsticks.
and then made the wings.
And then
no, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Like a chicken has hands.
He flapped his arms, but he means the legs.
Right. Yeah, that one. Yeah. The breast. Or legs. Maybe legs. Chicken stuff. Get the chicken stuff at MCL. Get the lemon meringue.
Those are
pie.
eggs, Morgan.
Get the eggs. Yeah. That's it. That's right. Chicken fetuses. That's what I meant. Scramby eggs. Go to Friendster.com /Scramby. Use the code Ralph35. Ralph Shudell Show, episode 14. It's great. My first man ball of the week goes to the New England Lads for doing all the Save the Crew chants and whatnot, and also for standing in torrential downpour for almost 2 hours. Mad respect to the Midnight Riders, to the Fort, to the Shark. Hashtag get sharked. First man ball to New England Lads. Second ball. To Greg Berhalter, Greg Bergerherger for managing through the situation and somehow becoming better, also for putting a game plan together this week to deal with the high press. It's not like a Red Bull high press, or it's not like like in Atlanta, but it is the way that New England played. He knew it. What's his name? Tab Ramos, Brad Friedel acknowledged it at Ralph Shudell at halftime, and Greg Berhalter somehow is getting better, and I like that. Your thoughts, Darby Schranfus?
Yeah, he's got, early on we did criticize him for being inflexible.
Yeah.
Played out of the back no matter what. Same formation no matter what.
Yep.
He is matured exponentially as a coach, and this game was a great indicator of that.
Absolutely. I mean, 3 in the back really started the fucking run we went on last year, too. So Greg Berhalter, another man ball to you, second week in a row. Remind you, as always, that Greg Berhalter is the best number 9 in franchise history.
If you've enjoyed the shit lordery on segment 1, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 2. Pete is back. You'll know him from Twitter, and you're making a big mistake by listening to the trash bit known as ACES Radio.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Now we blasting off into the ozone. The way we kick it in the dojo is local for show. Though we paving the road that's opposed to the dodo. Going over your head like a top hat. Stop that. I know you hear me spitting these hot raps. Now watch that beat, cause it's about to drop. The Rockets is the 09 jump off. Yeah, yo. Last name Pan, first name Peter. I know you see me playing and you want me to teach you, but I say elevated so that all God's creatures can hear me shout it out like my name is Aretha. Getting R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Fly by, see the looks on your faces. Cause I'm in full E-F-F-E-C-T. Jet setting on a daily basis. David F, man, you don't stop. David, you won't stop. He came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain, yeah. I'm an ace pilot, yeah. I want to spin my wings and fly. To all my people in coach, yeah. And to my first class folks, yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky. Yeah. As the curvature of the earth takes shape, fly fast forward like a videotape and no cape. Just follow my jet stream, proud in the clouds on the boom in the precinct. I'll have no trampoline, black box in the pocket of my jet jeans. Shine with the stars so bright, even NYC sees me. Get that?
Oh, yeah, baby. Ignorant slut, shitlord, celebrity fans, and all you fools listening on your iPhones, welcome back. It has been our true dishonor to have you previously on segment 1, now here on segment 2, on episode 86 of ACES Radio. Can't believe you've done this. On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood and Urine, welcome back. My name is the continuing champion, Morgan Hughes, here to welcome you to the meat and potatoes of ACES Radio. Slaughtermax is loving this.
Like, do you need?
I will be okay. I will be okay. Darbs, what if I told you that it's segment 2, and therefore we're going to mute channel 2 for the rest of our lives?
What other segment would it possibly be at this point in the evening? There's no other order that things go in.
My friend Darby, I don't know.
Okay.
Because this is a show that has a very specific format. Mm-hmm. And that is numbers. And those numbers go like this, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, if the numbers didn't go in that order, there would be chaos. And life would have no meaning.
And no meaning.
Yeah.
Just like being a fan of the Bridgeview Fire. Oh my fucking God. It's great to have me back. It is great to have me back.
Is it
yeah,
really?
No, it really is. It's a treat. It's a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could, I'd like to welcome this week's celebrity guest on segment 2 here with us this week on ACES Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the program, Pete Shahata. Pete Shahata.
What's up?
Welcome to ACES Radio.
Glad to be here.
How the hell have you been?
I've been awesome, man. Ready for the Champions League on Saturday.
First of all, first and foremost, going to need you to get the microphone up a little bit.
Certainly.
There it is. Talk into it.
Certainly.
Oh, what have you been taking lessons from Brent Miller on how to talk into mics?
Yes, I have.
What a pile of trash.
Appreciate your enthusiasm, though. I think Pete came on with more vigor than anybody else
Moxie
has so far. Yeah, like you're bringing it already.
Absolutely, absolutely. I got to do big, man.
You're a guy who Keith Jackson would respect. Like that
appreciate
man,
that
boy has moxie, is what he would say. And you're like, don't call people boys anymore, Keith. I know you're from the 40s, but Jesus Christ.
Is he on Cheers?
Up. He is. It's filmed before a live studio audience, John.
R.I.P. in pieces.
We'll shoot you up. We'll fill you up with the same question we fill up all of our celebrity guests.
Sure.
Your hole's going to be tired when we're done with you.
Real tired. I bet that'll be a great joke on segment 3, John.
You're welcome for setting the precedent now.
Tune in to find out.
Oh, this is really backfired.
That's never gonna get repeated over and over and over again.
No, the tired hole.
I better tweet about it right now so people can hot take about it.
You better, John. They need time.
I'm just gonna tweet the words "tired hole." I think they'll figure it out.
Straight from the ACES Radio account.
Yeah, of course.
Thank Christ. How would crew fans know you, Pete?
That's a good question. I'm the moron who waves that Save the Crew flag around the parking lot, and in the stadium, I wear that Save the Crew cape.
Ooh.
So,
it's a flag, but you've tied it around your neck.
Yes, I have, for lack of a better way of improvisation.
Yeah, I like that.
And you also go to like other events and do that as well.
Yeah, Pete's all over the place. You're bad. You're nationwide. Any Save the Crew event, you're there.
Or like other
or non-event.
Like
he's always like running things
like
with his flag. I see pictures of him running with the flag and stuff.
Yeah, it was on
Just
ABC
this past
News
week, right?
I don't see that.
Well, it was ABC News that was the first saw it when they had the Cruise Mass weekend. That's where I guess they were filming the end of the segment there, and somebody my parents told me, hey, I saw you on the news today,
Nice.
waving that Save the Crew flag. I was like, yeah.
It was your mugshot, and they were like, pederast at large. Is that
Exactly. That's what they exactly
I
said,
knew
yeah.
it. I knew it. Pete, where are you from?
Born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, but majority of my life I grew up in Pickerington.
Pickerington. Picktown, they call it.
Yes, sir.
The Fighting Bishops. Is that your mascot?
Gosh darn it. Actually, I was there when we split high school, so actually I was a North Sider.
Oh, what, man?
North Sider, just like
North
Sipley.
Pickerington North.
Pickerington North,
The
Panthers.
Clovers? Oh, the Panthers, of
And
course.
Central was the Tigers.
Tigers and Panthers, the cats, the cat battles, they call it. The battle for the cat
A lot of
cup.
pussy over there.
A lot of pussy.
Felines
down.
in
Pickerington.
Picktown.
A lot of tired holes.
Who's going to own the litter box? We own the litter box. We're Pickerington North. North. Oh, cat.
Oh, is that a cat noise?
Yeah, John.
Is there a cat here?
I'm a cat. Get out of my way. I'm a cat. Oh.
Is there an eagle here too, though?
What'd you say, John? I hate cats.
Maybe have you met this cat?
If there's a cat here, I'm fucking leaving.
You should say hi.
I got a very tired hole, John.
Cat, do you want to introduce yourself? This is
Please
Eagle.
don't do it, please.
You want me to do it?
You're both. I mean, what do you mean you do it?
It's me, John the cat.
Well, the eagle's a
I thought
girl,
they were. Hold on.
right? The eagle's a girl.
Well,
Morgan just suggested he is the eagle and the cat.
No, no.
They're
one said
not
that.
their own
I'm the
people.
cat. Oh, John, I'm sorry. This is the cat speaking. What would you like?
Do you want to talk to the eagle?
I thought that was
I'm
ACES
good,
Stefan.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, this sounds like Stefan.
I gotta go. Thanks for having me. Gotta go.
I also have to leave. This has been a treat.
Who was it that left first? Was it a cat?
Goodbye, we're both
Did
gone
you
now.
have any idea what you were in
We're
for,
both
Pete?
animals.
I knew what I was going to get myself into. I
Pete.
knew what I was going to get myself into.
Welcome back. Now, I want to ask you about your last name. Did I pronounce it correctly with Shahata?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a different name. This is what origin is this name?
It's Arabic, but needless for those who don't know, I'm actually 100% Egyptian. So, yep.
The fuck?
Yes, it is. It's an Arabic origin, but I'm Egyptian by ancestry.
Okay, now the Liverpool scarf makes so much more sense. Were you actually a Liverpool fan like 2 years ago, or are you just a Liverpool fan now because of
Mohamed Salah.
Muhammad?
That's actually another good question. I've actually been a Liverpool fan since 07.
Okay, respect.
Oh,
Yeah, I've been a fan since 07.
that was
no
like
respect for me.
8 years ago.
Respect for when they were awful.
Absolutely, it was tough times being a Liverpool supporter, but now Jurgen Klopp has brought them back, and I can't wait till hopefully we beat Real Madrid for the Champions
I
League.
agree. Morgan, who do you think is going to be some of the top lads in that game?
Here we go. This is why everyone tunes in. Which game?
Between Liverpool and Real
Of
Madrid.
course, of course.
Who are some of the top lads
In the-
that you're going to keep your eye on during that match?
Number one, the guy. What? Jacob,
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Jacob McFarland.
Yes.
He-
Which team is he on?
The red team.
Oh, okay.
Jacob McFarland has been playing lights out at his position in this game.
Right. What stat is he leading the league in, actually?
Touches.
Attempts
On
the field.
steals?
Tune in to find out. Jacob McFarland's going to be tearing that game up when it's played in Ireland.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Pete, so you're of Egyptian descent. You are an Egyptian man. This explains the very, very luxurious facial hair that you're able to grow.
Yes, sir.
I hate you people. I can't believe you both. You can have both head hair and face hair. It's not fair. It pisses me off. You and George Clooney, you people from the middle of the earth area. What's that called, Darby? The Fertile Crescent.
Yeah.
They can grow both hairs, Darby. It pisses me off.
Fertile Crescent is definitely what you're going for.
That's right. You and I are like embarrassingly like stupid white people who
I'm embarrassingly white. You're embarrassingly stupid. So
like
between
John's the
two
same
of
way.
us, yes.
John can grow one place of facial, like one hair place,
Well,
right?
and
it's facial
luxurious
hair.
chestal hair.
That's
as it turns
okay.
out.
Yeah,
but no head hair. You and I, head hair, no facial hair.
Or chest hair.
Exactly.
God.
The stuff that grows
I'm
in
just
is embarrassing.
sitting here imagining like Darby's one of those things where like the magnet and you grab the thing and you drag the hair around on the face. And I'm just like, I want to see you with a mustache.
What kind of toys did he have as a kid? Because I have no idea what he's talking
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Salon MX, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah. No.
Is that what you're talking about?
No.
You want to draw Darby?
It's like
on
a
an
Mr. Itchy or
Mr. Itchy. That's right. I love that toy.
You know,
I'm basically.
you know what I'm talking about.
I'm very.
You were there when they invented magnets.
This episode of the Master Report podcast is brought to you, as always, by Mr. Itchy. Are you tired of trying to buy your kids normal toys that exist? How about a Mr. Itchy this Christmas, kids? It's like It's like itching powder, and it comes out of a man shape, and you pour it on your head. This summer's hottest game is Mr. Itchy Pants. Pour John's joke down your pants. PMU.
The only joke in John's pants. Oh, wait. I already screwed that up. Damn it.
Fantastic, Darby.
Wait, hang on. Let me come back to that joke.
Has entered the game.
Great to have you back, Drabs. Pete, so you're from Pickerington.
Yes.
You grew up in Columbus. Have you always been a sportsman? Have you always been like a sports guy?
Yes, sir, I have.
People would talk about you in high school, and they would say, there goes Pete. He is a what?
They would probably say that I'm a sports junkie.
Okay.
Huge sports junkie, just passionate about it. And
like in a gambling perspective? Do you
I wouldn't go
gambling
that far,
debts?
but
Okay. All right.
I wouldn't go that far. But
Well, you can soon.
Yeah.
Thanks to new laws.
Exactly,
You're in a
but
safe place.
I was a human. People always call me human encyclopedia because I knew almost a lot of sports statistics or random stuff about certain athletes. It just really fascinated me.
Like which athletes?
Like whether it was mainly from the NFL,
there it is.
mainly from the NFL and in the NBA. So mainly from those ones because those are the two sports I followed the most growing up.
Nice. So, like, if somebody said, who's the better athlete between Larry Bird and Jim Kelly, you would be able to provide statistical support
Be very
for
careful
that.
what you say.
Well, I know this is a Buffalo Bills podcast.
Thank you.
So,
but be careful about what you say.
But Morgan, I thought you're a Celtics fan.
Oh, here we go. So what's the
I
answer?
thought you're a Celtics fan, so I was going to say Larry Bird.
You're
without a
absolutely
doubt.
right. Pete is back. 20. Follow him on Twitter. He's the top sportsman in the game. Did you play soccer growing up?
A little bit, but not through high school or varsity. I wish I would have. Actually, was one of my biggest mistakes was not playing sports, let alone the game of soccer. And
That's one of your biggest mistakes? Jesus Christ.
Yes, it was. Because
you have a pretty blessed life.
One would think.
My biggest mistake was not exercising a little bit more when I was like...
Can you talk about the irony of a white man saying that the brown man had the blessed life?
Well, no, Morgan, you had...
Silver Spooner
Silver
over here.
Spooner Pete Shahada.
Yeah, you had alluded to that. I actually didn't exercise much in high school. I used to working at Donato's, really, eating all those pizza. Oh, yeah. But, then in 2006, my life changed. I decided, I'm going to get my ass on a treadmill, and here I am 40 pounds lighter, so I feel a lot better now.
God damn, 40.
Jeez, look at you.
Wow. That's outrageous. 40 pounds on you?
Yeah, I was 210 halfway through my freshman year. Now I'm about under 170.
Yeah, you are. Like, you're a very thin man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You said 170. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I guess 155.
No, I was as low as 155 before.
Oh, that's good. Crystal meth.
Yes.
Really helps.
Yes, it did.
Fantastic. So he grows up. He says to himself, I've mastered the NFL trivia. I've mastered the NBA trivia. I know Larry Bird's the greatest athlete of all time. I'm 210 pounds. I work at Donato's. I'm going to get into the crew. Why'd you do that?
My parents took me to my first game in '96. It was actually the day before I turned 10. And I tweeted about this. Little did I know that
there was no Twitter back then. You're lying.
No, I tweet about this now. Like
Interactive tweeting.
It's
a new thing.
Exactly.
You tweet as if you were an age you used to be.
It was dial-up tweeting. It took that long to get there.
That makes sense.
That's why people are really confused when you tweet about shitting your pants, because they're like, is this a current day Darby tweet or is this a pastime Darby tweet?
Fucking God.
Tweets back in '96 were called Post-it notes.
Yes, they were.
So you're at Ohio Stadium and you said, why did you bring me to this clearly trashy soccer stadium for this garbage team? And they said what?
And I was like, wow, I actually was like, damn, this is really awesome. I think I'm going to really fall in love with this sport here. And even though it might have seemed like trash on the field, it's like there was passion and excitement all over. And, I'm just glad soccer's finally arrived in this country in '96. And now looking back, I can't believe, first charter team, first soccer-specific stadium. These things make me, along with, I guess, being an Ohio State fan and being a Blue Jackets fan, make me proud to be from the city of Columbus. And more so the crew, because I think there's just so much history and so much, I guess, pride that you really... It's second to none, almost. Words can't even really express it. To be
now, are your parents from Egypt?
Yes,
they were both born in Egypt.
Correct.
So
both born and raised.
Did they have an effect on your soccer fandom because they were more familiar with that game from a global perspective, I guess?
Actually, yes. Mainly my dad, because in Cairo, where my dad grew up in, there are two teams who were rivals, Ahli and Zamalek, and
are they both in the top the MLS of Egypt?
They're in the top Premier League in one of the top leagues in Egypt, and in fact, one of them is really tops in all of Africa. and they've won a lot of prestige awards from FIFA and been highly recognized, almost as high as Real Madrid, AC Milan, and even Liverpool.
Is that your dad's team?
It was his team, yeah. So that passion, when he came to the U.S. in '79, and all of a sudden, 7 years later when I was born, and until now, it rubbed off on me. It's like, man, now I know why soccer means so much, and the game, it's one of the most beautiful games. I don't know why anyone says it's a boring game, and whoever says otherwise doesn't know what the hell they're talking about.
Well, I mean, to each their own. I mean, sometimes I watch crew games, I'm like, I wouldn't put this on my worst enemy. I don't want people to be a fan of this garbage, John. That's what I'd say. I'd say Sebastian Miranda. Who the fuck is this guy?
Most beautiful header in the history
What's he
of
ever
crew.
done? What's he ever done, Drabs? It's weird to think about, like, from your dad's perspective. Like, so he moves to America in 1979.
Correct.
This was an era of, like, like, you could not watch your team if you move from that area where the stadium is forever.
Correct.
So, like, your dad goes, like, 17 years between, maybe he goes and travels home, but, like, really having a team to call his own, I wonder, when the crew came, what people like that kind of felt, where it's like, I haven't seen my goddamn team play on a consistent basis since I left where I'm from. And now we have a team. It's crazy. Does he watch his old team on TV now?
Not so much now. It's been really hard to keep up with. However, I do have other friends in Canada and the UK who follow Egyptian soccer a lot more closely than my parents have. But no, to your point, yes, it's been very difficult. And especially when you're coming here and coming to Columbus, you didn't have soccer. All you had was Ohio State, mainly football. And that was actually the same year Earl Bruce got hired to coach at Ohio State that year. So at that time, you're not only changing cultures, you're changing a sports culture too. And on top of that, he adopted the Reds and the Bengals, and that's also kind of rubbed off on me too.
So he just picked he's like, I'm going to pick one of every American sport. I
Yes.
have to. I
Yes.
pretty much have to. I mean, like, as a kid from the 80s, I remember having to pick between, or like, my friends picking between Cleveland sports teams and Cincinnati sports teams.
Right.
Because, like, in Columbus, at the time, it's just like, well, we have Ohio State and we have nothing else. So I'm either like a Cleveland fan or I'm a Cincinnati fan.
And
So I picked the
sometimes
Braves
Pittsburgh.
and the Celtics, and, hashtag get sharked. Love it. Okay, so, I think one of the cool things about Save the Crew is it's brought a lot of people into the fold from a supporter perspective that maybe we wouldn't have known otherwise, or we would have just recognized as like a face in the Nordac, like, oh, I've seen that guy around. But now with Save the Crew, your fucking Tobiases, your Brent Millers, your failing Pete Shahadas, your Slonimaxes and his fake families. What would you say as somebody who is kind of now getting into the nitty gritty of like supporter crap? Like planning, executing, volunteering, painting. What would you say to potential fans, new fans that maybe are, like, I don't know if I want to like go to this thing, or I feel like I wouldn't know anybody at that thing. What would be your advice as a guy who's just kind of like getting into the nitty gritty of supporter stuff?
Oh, that's a really good one to ponder, actually.
Thank you.
That's a really good one.
Finally, it only took 2.5 seasons.
Thank you, John.
What's up,
Never,
Darby?
never give Morgan credit for anything. That was a terrible idea. I can't believe
You can hug me afterwards.
It's a good one to ponder. I would personally say, hey, I'd come with me in the Nordeca, and I wanted to introduce you to some people who are behind the scenes and getting to know all of you, and then at least trying to acclimate the person into the supporter culture. And that's kind of, for me, didn't have that. I just kind of did it on my own by myself, and then with social media, that helped a lot too.
It does, doesn't
it? It does, and honestly, I wasn't following much of the crew until the announcement that happened. It almost made me regret. It's like, gosh darn it, why didn't I get into this sooner?
It's never too late.
It's never too late now, because honestly, this is what I've missed out for over 2 decades, because I wasn't a season ticket holder. I didn't go to games a lot frequently for all intents and purposes, but honestly, now I feel like I want to be a season ticket holder, because this is something that I want to hold dear to, and I've shared this with a lot of my coworkers, especially because they're not aware of what's going on with the crew, and they're in their minds thinking, "Oh, this is all done deal." Like, no, it's not done. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I would,
everyone needs to be told.
absolutely. I tell them, look, I have yard signs. Just please tell your neighborhood.
Yeah.
Just tell everyone, this is not over. And they see that passion inside me. And then I have a few other coworkers who know somebody who go to the academy that, in a way, we are all directly or indirectly affected by this whole movement. And what I would tell someone who is on the fence is, like I said, I'll come with me. I'll introduce you to a few friends, and you don't have to know all the chants. I didn't know all the chants right off the bat. Eventually, I learned them gradually.
You'll have more fun if you don't know the chants.
Exactly. And
I wish I didn't know any of them. How fun would that be, John? Just sit there, watch a game.
I do that.
Is that right?
It's great.
How fun
There's
is
nothing
that?
like it.
That's
Exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And let me just stop to say, incidentally, Pete, one of the things I appreciate most about you is your willingness to just approach who the fuck ever. I think it's very easy for us to get caught up in the bubble. We actually talk about it as a part of Save the Crew is getting a message outside the bubble, right? Like we have our Twitter followers who are often crew involved, and we have our circle of friends that we talk to about this. You are someone like Yvonne who will go and talk to anyone, and that's such a valuable thing to make people aware and feel welcome in this context when they don't know what's going on, or maybe they're turned off about what they're hearing. Having someone like you be an ambassador for the team is a fantastic. You're a real asset to this. So thank you.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the passion, you can just tell as soon as you kind of are approached by Pete that there's an excitement there and a passion for something, and you want to hear about it, and hopefully, you doing that and being out there has drawn some new people in.
Absolutely. And a lot of times I was even talking to people outside of Columbus, too, who were intrigued. And I've actually talked to an Atlanta United supporter that she started getting into the sport a little bit. And while she may just follow the team and not the league collectively, still the story just it's just in a way, it was people were interested because they saw the Save the Crew scarf, they saw the hoodie, and just people all over were just kind of curious to know what is Save the Crew, even if they weren't soccer fans. And they saw that in here. They saw the heart and the passion. And,
right. I don't know why the studio audience laughed about that. It's outrageous.
That's all good.
Speaking of Save the Crew, we're asking everybody this year. Maybe we'll do it for the rest of ACES radio history, which will be over in a number of months. Your thoughts on October 16th? When Grant Wall tweeted that tweet that will live in infamy, much like December 7th, the date of Larry Bird's birth. What did you think? What do you remember about October 16th?
Wow. Honestly, I found out from a coworker, and I thought he was just, yanking my chain, just playing games. And then I guess I went on the Dispatch's website, and then it just hit me like a ton of bricks. It almost I didn't know how to react. I almost didn't even want to be at work. I just wanted to tell my manager, I just wanted to take the day off and just go to a bar, just do something. And I toughed it out. It wasn't easy. I got home. I talked to my dad about it, and there was a lot of pessimism that when it happened, and it almost felt like, you'd alluded to in the documentary, that it was like a wake. You didn't know how to react, and when it was over, it's like you're still left to ponder, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And there's still ripple effects from it, even 7 months later.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I mean, shit. Darby alluded to the bubble, but every single Crew fan in the world has been fighting this for so long that maybe we've lost sight on the possible impact. Maybe we've said this isn't over, or we're going to save the Crew so many times that we kind of lose track of the actual potential impact that this could have on our community. And I think it's important to remember that. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, go back to your tweets from that night. Look at your timeline. Remember how you felt, because we've been fighting like hell for so long now that we kind of forget what those initial feelings were like. It's a destruction of a community, and it's not. And I'm sorry that the MLS to ATX bros get tired of me talking about a community being destroyed. But guess what? That's exactly what would happen.
Exactly.
Not gonna happen. So, Pete, why fight? Why stand up? Our opponents are richer than us. They have more things at their beck and call. They've hired PR firms. They have an entire league seemingly standing behind them. They have the money to make us go away in most cases. Why fight against that type of opponent?
Eric Wynalda said it best, clubs don't die, and they play an integral part in the community. And would you ever do this, take Liverpool out of Liverpool? No. Would you ever take Boca out of Buenos Aires? No, because there'd be deaths, riots, and you'd just be a disaster. Like in American terms, that's like saying, hey, let's take the Steelers out of Pittsburgh. People in Pittsburgh I don't even want to know what Pittsburgh would be like. Sports franchises, or in soccer's case, clubs, they play an integral part to the community development, and you can potentially see prodigies come out of these. No community should ever experience what we're going through right here in Columbus. And for anyone, I'm just going to be pretty blatantly clear, for anyone who supports uprooting a community to benefit their own or be cynical, I honestly have no respect for you. Yeah. I'm sorry, but
support those who build communities, not those who destroy them.
Thank you.
Second to last question, we call this the Greg Benson question. He was an immigrant, much like your father and your mother, except he was a bad person. He was a terrible human. Whereas
because he's dead.
Because he's dead, right? Darby. I would point to the Shahada family. I would say this is an example of what Americans are. These are the great Americans. These are the people who define us. I would point to Greg Benson. I would say that is a pederast. That is a man who shits on kids' chests, Darby. That's what I would say. At Hen Dog's Club.
Word on the streets.
I heard that in segment 3. What does crew mean to you?
Just means that it means a lot to me. I mean, words can't really express it. I wish, because I can't even get my thoughts straight on this one. But
and understand that that's an acceptable answer, that it means too much to me to really put into words.
Just especially recently, not just with the Save the Crew movement, but in the Nordeca, the chants, and the one that resonates the most was in November when we had that playoff game with Toronto, 21,000 chanting Save the Crew. Even Toronto joining in solidarity with us. That atmosphere, if it was sold out like that every single season with right ownership, local, who actually not only care about this club but care about the city of Columbus, to me it would mean the world, because now we have replicated an atmosphere that you see in Europe and South America in the United States, and what better place for it to start than in Columbus?
I think when you do, first of all, great answer. I thought Ryan Roberts' answer was going to be the best of all time, but no, that guy's a pile of shit. I think that it's when you go to a place enough, like we go to Monfrey Stadium, everything tends to blur together. I've talked about this before, where I don't really part of me feels like Troy Smith played played against Michigan when Tim Biakabatuka was there. They all mesh together when you pay attention to shit enough. But there are moments at Crew Stadium that live in your head and are very unique and very special. And that moment where the stadium was chanting, everybody in that stadium was chanting Save the Crew at the same time, was mind-bending.
Exactly.
It was mind-bending.
It rocked me to my core.
I started crying. It was mind-bending.
It rocked me to the core, because honestly, you can't do this to the first charter team in soccer. You just can't. I mean...
No, we suffered so you could exist. That's it.
You mean just... Other than that, just other words just can't really describe, and just it's the emotions more so. And
well, I got a question for you that the words should flow freely.
Yeah.
How can user AGS attack be stopped?
Rochambeau.
What does that mean? Is that a card game? You're going to bore him to death?
Oh, no, we're going to take shots and kick him in the nuts and see who falls first.
All right. Oh, Navy rules. First one to die loses. We're fighting him on an aircraft carrier. My dad was in the Navy. He moved to Columbus. He grew up in the Caribbean, and he moved to Columbus because he had a buddy in the service from Columbus, and he's like, "Hey, I'm getting out. Do you still need a roommate?" And the guy was like, "Yeah," and he lived in Columbus. So my dad fucking moved here without having really ever experienced snow or freezing temperatures. And he moved here in 78, same year. There was a goddamn winter storm, blizzard type of thing.
78.
And yeah,
much like what we're experiencing in this room right now.
That's exactly right. I don't know what Brent Miller
did
over
what the hell, Brent? Come on.
Yeah. I forgot why I was telling that story, but my dad's a pile of shit.
Oh, it's now under 70 degrees in this room. Yeah, it's officially
69.
a
Nice. Nice.
You know how we were talking about my mom in the wedding earlier? If you meet my mom at the wedding, Drabs, here's what I would say to her.
Yeah, hey, speaking of your wedding.
Yeah, John, back to you.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, there's the invitation.
What the fuck is? And why does it have a half mile worth of stickers sealing it shut? I can't even fucking open this thing.
You gotta put it on
what
three
the actual
It was
hell?
like me wrapping Christmas
You did that
presents
because you
when I
do
was
that to all of them, or
5.
did you just do it to mine?
You got to put it on 3 spots to keep it closed. That's what
No,
Pam tells me.
that's
I'm sorry.
That's a lot of stickers.
Why did
That's what
you
I was-
cheap out?
It's 3. It's too many.
You didn't even fucking buy envelopes. You're like, let's just get a piece of
There it is.
cardboard
Oh, he's opening
and
it.
origami the shit so it looks like an envelope.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
going to
even-
send that back, John?
Even the
No, it probably
RSVP
wasn't.
is
Trash.
included.
Fucking trash.
Also, where's the beef option?
I didn't
on
send
the-
mine back for Chris's wedding.
Is there not one in there?
There's not.
Beef.
Fish, chicken, and vegetarian.
Are you kidding me? Roast beef sandwiches are not an option?
How are there not roast beef sandwiches? Come on.
What the actual fuck?
Damn.
I'm not
What
coming
are
to
the food
this.
options for real?
You don't think Andrew's coming to this? Fish, chicken, vegetarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pam sucks. I don't know. She fucking did this.
Are you guys getting to the
Are we
donuts?
gonna can
Are we having
order
donuts?
pizza?
Yeah, there's no cake. There's donuts.
It's just donuts?
Yeah.
I'm okay with donuts. Can we order pizza and have it
Sure.
delivered?
I wouldn't have Pam make it, but yeah.
Well,
I mean,
no,
like,
obviously
you
not.
could,
Okay.
That's a joke. For
Oh,
an
we'll be
episode.
like blocks from Highbeck.
Oh, sweet. So we'll just walk
I've literally
down.
gone to a wedding at this place before, and we left it to go to Highbeck.
Oh, you guys.
So
That'd be great.
I look forward to doing the same.
Great. Also, it's next door to Kroger, so hey.
They've got a ping pong
Oh,
table
we went to
over there.
we actually went to Kroger's during that same wedding and raided their liquor store.
Jesus H. Christ, what? Like, who got married that you hated so much? You're like,
No, it's good.
all right, Highbeck sucked. You guys want to go to Kroger? Anyone over
The
here?
liquor
No,
is a lot cheaper there.
We drank through all the liquor, and so like the
You
bar
drank all the liquor at
Yes,
Highbeck?
No, we drank through all the liquor at the wedding, and so the person in charge of it came up to us and was because I was in the wedding party, and they were like, "Yeah, we're about to be out of alcohol," and so we were like, "No,
I'm out.
And so we gathered all the groomsmen, of which there were like 10 of us, and we all went to the Kroger's, and each grabbed a bottle of wine and a handle of liquor of some kind, and we bought it all and brought it back. Needless to say, they're still drinking that same alcohol like to this day, like years later.
That's a great place about View is you can bring your own booze.
Yeah, we just
You don't
went
have
and
to buy
bought a
their shit.
shitload more.
Wait, so is it just that catering place that's like next to Highbeck?
It's not. No, it's not next to it. It's not even on.
It's in Brewery
the
District.
same street. It's just down the ways a little bit. It's like 2 blocks
Oh,
away.
wait, I know where we're talking.
It's across the street from
Shadowbox.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it used to be like a car dealership in like the aughts when you were just like
The aughts.
85 years old,
Right.
and they just tore
aughts.
everything down. It's like
Incidentally,
an empty.
this
industrial
place
building.
does look like the sort of place that Stefan would review. I've
It's
seen it from the outside.
It doubles
and
between a wedding venue and like wherever like the Saw doll sets up traps.
That's later in the night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
when
you're like-
after we
they
go to
probably-
Highbeck.
Yeah.
He's gonna put Pam
Do
in
they
like
have,
a vice that
pop-up
rips her
bars
jaw
there
off
and
or
shit?
something.
Like-
Pete, we just relax. We'll get back to you in a
Yes.
second. John, here's what happened.
I actually forgot he was
Dude,
here.
I'm
so-
just laughing listening to y'all, man.
Who are we
I'm
talking
just
about?
laughing.
Send your invitation back, please. I want you to fill it out. I want you to tell me what kind of beef you would like.
That's not an option. Can I?
Oh,
Can
it's
I?
a
Can I
write-in.
write it in?
Yeah,
I would say to
it's-
everybody.
Oh, what is going on here?
Oh, you broke it, you dirty bitch!
Because I tried to close it and the 8 pieces of tape stuck to it.
The
That was exactly why
invitation,
that
the
happened.
envelope, and the RSVP are all the same fucking piece
Oh,
of
this
paper.
is like all stamped and ready to go. Is that what happens?
Yes.
Oh,
Just
so it's
give
going to
it
be
to him
even
right
more
now.
I did that.
inexcusable when I
You're
don't
welcome.
fill it out and
Hashtag
send it back.
blessed.
Also, if you have 2 people, there's only like.
What do you
How
mean
am I
if
supposed
you
to?
have two
What am I
people?
supposed to mark? Like 2 for 2
Do
fishes?
I put a number?
You can put a number in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really small box.
Can I put
well,
like
we'll have
3
to honor it.
fishes if I'm really hungry?
Yeah.
What if only one of us is coming and the other is not?
What does that mean?
Like, should I accept and decline?
I would
one of each?
copy that and then print out a
I
second.
thought that was a
invitation.
sex thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was like John's coming, his
John,
date
here-
is not coming.
The thing is,
What
like,
if I'm coming?
you are coming?
The date is not.
right now.
Right.
Well, I have to come.
Well, your
In
date's
John's
It's
date,
about
so
me.
women
It's
come
about
second,
me, right?
or sometimes not at all.
I mean, it's a John date, so they aren't probably going to come. So,
Well, perfectly formed,
Jesus
not
Christ.
perfectly wielded.
great joke. Great joke, me. You don't have to send back the invitation because
Yeah, I know because I'm in the wedding.
you're in the wedding.
Yeah.
Who else?
So why'd you
You
even
should
send me
definitely-
one?
Who else is in the wedding?
You should
John?
send it back.
This is an ACES Radio
Oh,
exclusive.
who else is in the wedding?
Oh, you want me to do the whole thing? Here we go.
The answers to all this.
We interrupt this regularly scheduled interview of Pete Shahada, who hasn't spoken in 7.5 minutes. For this bit of breaking news, we go now live to third placeman. in the prediction standings, which you probably find out about in segment 3, but you don't have to listen because it's boring. John Zidar.
Thank you very much, fourth placement. This is John Zidar.
That's right. That's all I'm Diane Chambers from Cheers. I'm from Cheers. I'm a hot take on segment 3, probably. I'm Kelsey Grammer. I'm running with scissors. I'm going to pet dogs that I've never met. Back to you, John.
Are those all things that Kelsey Grammer does? He's like, I was in Frasier, and then I was in an X-Men movie, and now I pet dogs with scissors.
Mostly he gets drunk and crashes cars.
Is he like a Mel Gibson, like, closet
John, tell us about
child abuser thing?
Tell us the man's in the wedding.
Me?
Everyone needs to know.
You?
Okay. All right.
Pam?
Pam's in there.
Pam's brother?
Pam's 2 brothers.
Both of them?
But they're not on my side. They're on her side.
Naturally.
Okay.
They're wearing dresses?
Nope, they're wearing suits.
Oh, we're wearing dresses?
We are not.
I got a dress.
You can wear whatever you want.
Okay.
Honestly.
I got a dress.
You
Jarvis
can't just buy a dress. You have to get the matching dress.
Jarvis?
Yep.
Kip?
Kip Lexner, yes.
Shrek?
Shrek, of course, yes.
A woman named Pete?
That's not how named.
Yeah, there's a girl with a P name.
Paige.
I knew it.
I don't think she's going to do it.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay.
Wait, you still haven't nailed the list down yet?
No, I'm pretty sure I got it.
I just got this yesterday.
Yeah. There's only one person in the wedding that doesn't know they're in it, and that person. You ready for this, John?
Is it Carl Jr.?
I don't think they're listening.
Is it Derek?
Definitely.
But it is
Derek
a crew fan.
Hughes.
It's a crew fan.
Is it Karen?
The last person.
Wait, did I name all of them? Except for this last person?
On my side, yeah.
Yeah?
No, there's one other.
I missed someone?
My buddy Ian.
Oh, I knew that.
And then the last one. He's a celebrity fan. He is a crew fan. He's a season ticket holderman. And he gives all the paint to Tifo Sweat. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Kean. Mike Kean. I should ask him.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
It's in 2 months?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
you
check
got
this.
time.
Let me check the invitation here.
Don't rush.
Yeah, it's.
I think it's like 6 weeks.
It's almost like exactly 2 months away.
I'm never going to fit in this dress. But Mike, if you listen to ACES Radio,
That's not how you ask people.
It's literally 2 months and 2 days away.
plan on it, Mike. You're in.
Mike's busy that day.
Did you send him an
That's fine.
invitation?
He doesn't have to go. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure I did. I asked for his address.
Mike, I'll forward mine to you.
I don't fucking care.
I know. I was reading this the other day and laughing because it makes it sound like you're just like there.
Well, because I don't care about
Fred
this.
and Bonnie Purdy invite you to celebrate the wedding of their daughter, Pamela Purdy, to Morgan Hughes. Like any other name could have been there.
Yeah, it barely even says my name.
It's all about the Purdys.
In fact,
and then,
I'm surprised
you're
the
there.
font on your name isn't much smaller.
I like the RSVP part because it makes RSVP look like sup.
It does.
Actually, Pam and I got.
It says
It's
sup.
a really awful cursive R.
Pete, can you just relax for a
Who
second?
did that?
I don't know. The internet.
I'm just chilling here laughing.
Pete, relax.
Pete,
God, we'll
Jesus
get to you.
Christ, we'll mute your microphone if you're
This
not
is
careful.
Georgia. I know this font.
Ooh, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
I'm more of a Sanskrit. Wait, what's the one that you hate?
that one. And Sanskrit?
Is that what it is?
No, what are you talking about?
Papyrus.
The one where-
The first language
Papyrus.
of human man?
Papyrus.
Yeah.
I'm more of the first language ever written down by man.
That's
kinda
right.
Guy.
I knew it was something that sucked. No, I made a Hitler thing with John and
I'm sorry, what?
Kevin Glenn in it, and I sent it to the Tifo Sweat group, and it was just like a picture of John and then Hitler and then Kevin Glenn.
I don't even remember this.
But I used that font. And
Papyrus or Comic
you're-
Sans?
And you Papyrus. And neither one of you guys said shit about the fact that I had made you into Nazis.
They just talk shit about the
Yeah,
font.
they're like, oh, of course you used Papyrus. I'm like, hey guys, I made you into fucking Nazis. Typical Papyrus font. Sad. It was great.
Man.
It was great. It was right around the supporter wars, John.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
It was burned out of
Pete,
my
can you
mind.
just
by
relax for
other
a second?
things. Yeah,
Jesus
he's
Christ.
so pushy about it.
I hate this
We
guy.
invited him on the show. It's not his. God.
Did we ask him any questions? Because if we did, I don't want to have them on the show.
You can probably
you
edit
can
that
edit
out.
it out,
Post.
right? You were recording?
Well, it's moving. I don't know what that means.
What's moving?
Exactly. Yeah. Fantastic. Pete, did you say how we can stop AGS attack? I don't even remember you.
Yeah, he was going to kick.
I did say Rochambeau take a shot in the nuts. That's
Oh, yeah.
Guys, this has
Rochambeau.
been great, but my hole is fatigued.
Oh, my hole is tired, John. That's a joke
Well,
you're going to
John,
love.
you're just going to have to deal with it because there's one entire more segment.
I know.
left
I'm
of this
just saying I need to
podcast.
take it to the bathroom and give it a break.
Yeah, no shit.
They've
you
got
take it to
this-
the bathroom. You're not giving it a break. You're giving it a workout.
No, they've got this like green minty stuff. You kind of pour it in a cup and then splash it on there.
That's exactly what that's for. Yeah.
No, that's the urinal cake, John.
No, it's even got like a little nozzle on there if you need to get some inside.
Yeah, John's right, Darby. You should really try it like that. You should. Hashtag only one waste hole on the Columbus Eagles Eagle. Pete, last thing I'll ask you, then we'll get you out of here. You're wearing a Manchester United scarf. Do they play tomorrow? Is that what that is?
Manchester United. I don't even know. Who's Manchester United?
Exactly. I don't know. I'm more of a Shrek.
You'll never walk alone, baby.
DC United
2-1.
comes back from that.
Mohamed Salah gets the winning goal.
Is this Champions League final?
This
When is
Saturday.
it?
Yeah.
Is
Saturday.
it? Is it a two-leg thing?
I thought CONCACAF.
No,
was
it's a
already
one leg.
One leg.
They go to one leg for the final.
In Kiev, yeah.
Where are they playing? Oh,
Kiev in Ukraine.
oh, that's in another.
Ukraine to blame.
Yeah. Who's gonna win?
That was their hashtag.
I know.
What's your
I
wedding hashtag?
That's pretty dang cool.
That's all I'm using.
That's right. Shout out to Mike Kuhn, who possibly could be in that wedding. You're not like the best. You're not the best boy or anything.
That's pretty dang coon.
That's
If you don't
pretty
fall
dang
down the
Kuhn.
stairs.
Yeah. Yeah, Darby, you might get called up if Mike can't make it.
He's just gonna go through all the friends that are denying him.
I'll go
Protect
through
yourself,
ACES
Mike.
Radio guests, episode by episode.
Oh, Sean Kelly's next.
Oh, Mike, please. If you've enjoyed the shitloadery on segment 2, I've got some great news for you. We're coming back on segment 3. Big shout out to Pete Shahada. Thanks for joining us this week. My friends, my Mapanches, you've made a big mistake and you're about to hear more of it. This is the Trash Pit, known as ACES Radio.
Hot, sicker than your average. Down like goose and I'm fly like Maverick. With a savage attack in a mouth like a mash. Spitting fuego, homie. It ain't tricking if it's magic illusions. Indubitably juvenile. My crew can do it and we do it well. Rock around the clock all across the nation. Got a lot of sky miles and a reputation of making earthquakes every time we land. Cause stopping in an option or a part of the plan. Fools get to feeling while I'm running on jet fuel. Now pay close attention cause I'm ready to let you know what I'm all about, child. I got that style that you come to love. And I'ma stay fly till the day I die. Spitting fresh to death from above. Get it, David F. Man. You don't stop. David. You don't stop. We came to rock it till the city takes off. Mr. Captain. Yeah. I'm an ace pilot. Yeah. I wanna spread my wings and fly. To all my people in coach. Yeah. To my first class folks. Yeah. We'll show you how to scrape the sky.
Yeah, baby. Ignorant slush, shitlord, celebrity fans, crew union founders who are spending the weekend in federal penitentiary prison for dirty beardery in the city of Montreal, Quebec. Welcome back. It is episode 86. Same year Larry Bird won his last NBA championship of ACES Radio. My name is Bill Walton. My name is Dennis Johnson. My name is Danny Ainge. You are listening to the trash pit known as Bill's Mafia. Darby, what if I told you that this is definitely not another episode where we're recording out of order?
Yeah, I was about to ask you now, given that we just finished segment 2, which came after segment 1 and was before segment 3, what was your favorite thing that Pete just said in the interview that you just completed with him?
Man, you know, Drabs, it's first of all great to have you back. Thank you for the question.
Obviously.
Second of all, it's it was just so recently that I loved all of it so much that I feel like maybe I need to give it some time.
Oh, you need to process a little bit.
It's like when you eat a big pile or plate of poop, and you're like, before I move,
it just goes through me.
I need
like
to vomit.
Shit through a goose.
Yeah. What if I told you I was going to go ahead and unmute Channel 2 for the rest of our lives?
That would be unprecedented.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show for the first time in what feels like forever. Everyone's favorite Grove City resident, ladies and gentlemen, Salon MX. Salon MX, welcome back to ACES Radio, pal. How you been?
Morgan, it's good to be here.
It's great to have you back.
Fly around the world to be here.
Oh, my God. How is your fake family
Fly
in
around
China?
the world. My fake family in China is fantastic.
What about the one in Egypt?
Egypt's doing okay.
Oh, good.
It's been a little rough, but they're good.
Carl MX Jr.
Wait, why is it Carl Jr.? I just leaned in on that
Just
one on
Carl
Twitter,
Jr.?
too. So, I think it was Shane was like, oh, your Chinese family will be so proud of him. I'm like,
You're like, wait a minute,
it's
what?
Gypsum siblings.
What does that mean? Welcome back. It's good to have you back in the United States. Los Estados Unidos, as they say in China. We're glad to have you. Darby, what if I told you there was a cure for the scourge? That is segment 3 definitely happening directly after segment 2.
Would it be Stanley Cup predictions?
Right in the heart. Right in the heart.
I don't know how you come back from that, Salon MX. Probably the same way the Jackets do. Losers after every year.
See
of
you
their
next year,
existence.
guys.
That's right, Carl MX Jr. They say the only cure for the scourge that is absentee ownership and fatherhoods is hot takes.
Nothing is impossible. Make your dreams come true.
And now, an Aces Radio exclusive. The battle for the grand prize. Hot takes from the massive.
You're not going to stop there. We got the grand prize.
Hot takes from Twitter.
He's heating up.
Hot takes
He's on fire.
from you.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't, Walter.
We got the grand prize.
Yes, you can. Fucking match. God damn it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another edition of Battle for the Grand Prize. Reminder, as always, the grand prize is to be determined. We don't know what it's going to be. I mean, for a period of time during season 1, we thought it was going to be Scott Sedley. We were going to fly his ass out here. We're going to have Steve Abreu go and collect his old bones, throw them into a bag of some sort, and throw them on a Southwest flight. We were going to pay for that, but it turns out that Buttle Surfer won it, so he got a Brock Lesnar doll.
I really want John Zedar dead.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Glenn Tennis. Before we get into the Reddits. Hot Reds. We go now to the overall standings. Alex Thomas tells me this is the only reason why people tune in. In first place, Greeley Bad Ideas with 10 points. Second place, none other than the big mover last week, Regulator 420, with 9 points. Aces, Stefan, and Basketball Emoji check in third with 6 points, followed by Spikehead Lynn B, moving the fuck on, Aces Archive, Darling Thief, what a top lad he is, all tied for fifth place with 4 points apiece. Top lad Dave and who the hell?
That was, what?
Bob.
Nailed it.
Tied for ninth place with 3 points apiece. The 2 pointers are The Ralph Shudell Show, Hi Darbs, it's Kelly Ann, My Cousin Sucks, A Logjam, Pam's Soapy Butt, Vicious Bike, When Aces Radio Was Good, Setting the Table, and Morgan's Anal Leakage. All with 2 points in 11th place. The Celebrity Gagglefuck is as follows. Pippa picked Pickled Peppers, Aces Radio, Tiger Beat 96, Spikehead, Lady Bird, Eric Bobbitt, In Love and Varzija, Skeets McTaz, Darby's Fan Club, Dan Cordamont, Ron T, DH Goat, Segment 3 Bot, Columbus Lad, AGS Attack, Conspiracy, MLS2, ATXer, Darb's Fun Stall for Your Horse, Zip 6, GCG Bag Tyler, Your Gavin is showing, Justin Merrim Facts, 5th on the Stand, and ATX Stadium Parking. All with 1 point in 20th place. Bringing up the rear this week, Drabs, and getting the bulk, none other than everyone's favorite shitlord, Bob O'Shaughnessy. Bob O'Shaughnessy. We move now to the subreddit known as the Massive John. I remind you, as always, these hot takes are organized automatically by their level of fiery fucking hotness. Top upvoted comment this week comes to us from the loser, the no-talent ass clown, known as Justin Merrim Facts, with 2 points. Quote, Justin Merrim can say meat and potatoes and not stutter. Justin Merrim has predicted every MLS game right for the past 3 seasons. He continues to be a champion. Justin Merrim can properly operate podcast equipment. Dom Tiberi has been on Justin Merrim's podcast. End quote. John, start your thoughts. You saved the crew yet?
Nope.
Slonimax?
I mean, he's probably right.
That's pretty damn.
No,
Is
he
it
was
Hotaki?
asking if you saved the crew yet.
It's a Hotaki? Is
Have
it?
you
I don't
saved
know.
the crew yet?
No.
Was the crew not saved in Egypt? Is there an Egypt song? There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Racist.
How about news?
Moving on from user Horgan Muse with 2 points. Quote, I love Pam. She is the best at making pizzas. End quote.
Also a Hotaki.
Drabby Shranfist, your thoughts?
I mean, I have experienced an unburnt pizza from her, so I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Oh, I haven't.
Neither have I, actually.
Darby is.
Are you sure that she made that pizza and you weren't eating like Rotolo's or something?
I'm pretty sure she.
You're not. Pretty sure isn't good enough.
Pizza is my life.
Yeah, she brought it home from the store. Oh, that's right. You weren't there. It was me and Doran.
Roasted Boo Boo.
Oh, Boo Boo was all up in it.
I certainly did. Moving on from user continuing runner-up with 1 point. Quote, I usually listen to this podcast when I do yard work. This segment always comes on right about the same time I have to pick up all the dog shit in the backyard. That's a pretty accurate way to think about this segment. Segment 3, where we collect all the shit. End quote. Yeah, Son of Max. That's pretty good.
It is. It's an editorial.
I've always said that.
John, how are you upset that they roasted segment 3 because it's your favorite thing?
Yes, it is his favorite thing.
Salon, why
It's
are
his
you
favorite
here?
thing. He agrees with it.
Go back to China, wherever the hell you're from.
I actually have a quote from Salon MX's bastard son, Carl MX Jr.
What's he say?
He has the following to say in 3, 2, 1, John.
So how about I come over there and go to town on your money and on your ass?
He's saying that to me, or he's saying that to
Salon
Max?
Max. He's like, how about I come over to your town where you live, where
get
I
your
don't
money
live.
in your ass.
Right, where I don't live with you.
That's right. and
Right.
I'll take your ass.
And put money in it.
Like to dinner. I'd like to have a relationship with you.
Oh, I just want a father.
Maybe he just wants to go to that lunch place. I don't know.
MCL?
Right.
MLC?
He wants to eat poop
He
with
wants
you.
the chicken pieces?
Chicken arms?
Yeah, hi, I'd have the fruit pie and the chicken pieces.
I'll have the 2 plates they talked about on ACES Radio. It's like chicken thing or something.
Oh, the ACES special.
Moving on. From user Ron T with 1 point, quote, holy shit, this is long. No, he did not say that. Quote, ACES Radio privacy policy effective as May 25th, 2018. We are ACES Radio. We provide the number 7 Buffalo Bills podcast inside the outer loop. Designed to provide spurious crew updates, Darby's old jokes, great explanations, random non-specific crew interviews, and a public outlet for the Columbus Eagles Eagle. To do that, we need information about you. Protecting your privacy is not really important to us, but some town in Switzerland says we have to. We only use your information where our legal counsel, Walter the Raccoon, says we can. This privacy policy will help you understand what information we collect, how we use it, and what choices you have when you bless your ears with the sounds of this podcast or the services. You should also read our terms of service, which set out the contract between you and Blood and Urine. Number 1, who decides how your information is used? User AGS Attack is the data controller, responsible for making decisions about how we use your personal information. If you have any questions or comments on this policy, you can email us at team@savethecrew.com. Darby, that's your email address. Write to us, and then it's my address. I'm not going to read that. Or contact our data protection officer at don.garber@mlssoccer.com. Number 2, the information we collect about you and how we use it. When you use services, you give us personal data voluntarily by providing it to us. For example, when you download the podcast, your personal bank information is shared with ACES Radio. We collect and use that information in order to line Morgan Hughes' pockets and pay for his new house. All DNA samples deposited into Joseph's mom, a Delaware limited liability corporation, are retained by ACES Radio. After tasting for quality is completed by Darby Schnarfus. Gross. We retain the right to provide the samples to Crew Stadium Limited Liability Corporation as a food additive. Wow. That line could have just been a hot take to itself, and it probably would have got blood points.
Stop right there.
All information submitted to ACES Radio, including but not limited to tweets, hot takes, used condoms, pregnancy tests, wedding invitations, and paternity tests for Derek Hughes, are carefully cataloged and stored under Morgan Hughes' mattress, wherein their only use after the first week is for the personal use, and the bedtime stories for Pam Purdy and Morgan Hughes. Number 3, how your personal data is transferred. ACES Radio operates its services across at least 2 city blocks. Your personal data will very likely be transferred and stored in beer-covered laptops, or in Darby's case, cave paintings. Oh, Jesus Christ!
He's doing some now.
How we keep your personal data safe.
I checked out like 10 minutes ago.
Darby has a long pointed stick. Morgan has a killer 3-point shot. And Doran has an incredibly girthy dick. Between the 3 of those deterrents, we believe your data will be safe from all but Pamela Hughes, who is deeply obsessed with all 3 of these. I like that. Finally, number 5, children and horses. Oh, yeah, okay. As a general rule, all children and horses will be routed to either Morgan's Fun van for your kids or Darby's Fun stall for your horse, respectively, wherein their personal information will be collected. End quote. Holy monkey tits. Salon Max, your thoughts.
Ron T. lawyered up. I think this is the...
He made a constitutional joke.
He did.
So whoever this is, like, I don't know, fucking smart. And
I love
legal
him,
or something.
but that's the fine print of the
Somebody
fine
with
print.
Mad Libs, I think, is
Very
what they
fine
are.
print.
Yeah. Moving on. From user Columbus Lad, love this account with 1 point, quote, we all saw that picture of Greeley in Precourt at the Four Seasons in Austin. Boy, did we ever. What it doesn't tell you is the rest of the story. Moments after that photo was taken and Greeley finished his 2 drinks, he invited Tony to join him at his room at the Motel 6 Austin North to take part in his favorite pastime. Precourt wondered to himself, what the fuck is he talking about? After they got out of Greeley's 1993 Toyota Tercel rental, they climbed the cast iron stairs into his room to hang out. Upon entering, Precourt noticed that the room was full of MLS to ATX scarves, hats, kites, and soon-to-be-released pens with flashing lights at the end. As Precourt entered the room fully, he noticed the horror in the closet within that closet in the Motel 6 Austin North were mirrors all over the place and MLS2 ATX scarves wrapped around the closet rods. Suddenly, Greeley pushed aside his empty cartons of Marlboro Reds from around the outside of the closet and got down on his knees to show Precourt his favorite pastime. Greeley wrapped the scarf around his neck, unzipped, and just started going to town on himself. While immediately appalled and surprised Greeley had a very small package, Precourt saw that Greeley was truly enjoying the autoerotic asphyxiation happening in this grungy closet in the Motel 6 Austin North. Precourt thought to himself, oh, what the heck? I'm a 3-4 man, just like my friend Morgan Hughes. I had my bachelor party here in Austin, and I can hang with old Dave. Precourt got down on his knees, lifted himself up to an MLS to ATX scarf, and started polishing his rocket. This reminds me of that sweet summer bachelor party with my Pepperdine bros. As Greeley watched his boss slowly lose and regain consciousness over the next few minutes, he thought only of the kindly, ancient-looking gentleman with a walker who had taught him how to do this. For the life of him, he couldn't remember his name. It was way back in early 2008 after the fire hosted the crew, thought Greeley, as he watched saliva drip down Precourt's chin. What was his name? It sounded like Darby, but that's a stupid fucking name. Who could it be? The man was a trailblazer. Hashtag it was real. Hashtag Darby is fucking old. Hashtag Morgan smells great. Hashtag save the crew yet, Zidar. Hashtag PM me your Canon Crognails. End quote. Yep, that's right. It's official. Darby has been roasted. It took a long time to get there, but it happened, and here we are. Slaughter Max, Carl MX Jr.
Carl MX Jr.
You can just name any kid Jr. if you want. You just put that Jr. on the end. Doesn't have to be the same name. Doesn't have to be in your family. I'm pretty sure. Darby, your thoughts on the thorough roasting you received?
I also checked out halfway through that novel.
Salon MX, PM me your Karen Crocknays, please. Moving on from user Mike Hudson sucks with 1 point, quote, we all know that Morgan is a 3-4 man. Sean Sitar and Darby Schrenfis have struggled to make jokes about it, but they're not professional comedy jokesmen, nor are they Australian. Insert Land Down Under drop. Okay. All of you detached retinas thought that this was just a joke/misinterpretation of hashtag failing Brent Miller's beats on the 1 and 3 rather on the 2 and the 4 comment. Mike Hudson sucks getting blood points from me tonight. Back to the hot take. You were wrong. After extensive research, I have discovered/remembered that the Bills ran a 3-4 defense during their dominance in the 80s and 90s. Morgan is just trying to remind you of the glory days when the boys in blue and red. Morgan is and will always be a 3-4 man because the best team in our history ran that defense. P.S. I am very happy with my community kit, even though I look like an overstuffed sausage in it. Hashtag Mike Hudson is fat. Hashtag Mike Hudson sucks. End quote. Sean Star, the wet boy, your thoughts?
I mean, you said it, not us, Mike.
Also, at least you're wearing a shirt.
That's true. Instagram is excited to welcome you back from the land of banned accounts.
And to MLS.
Yeah, I guess so.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Moving on, lads, from user Darb's fun stall for your horse. Oh my God. With 0 points, quote, it's time to stop horsing around, you guys. I just realized Kellyanne's face kind of looks like a horse's face, and that could explain a lot. End quote.
Mr. Poopy Pants?
Your thoughts, Mr. Poopy Pants?
If they'd have put an old joke in there, they would have achieved like a singularity of all of the roasts of me. But they didn't, so no points for you. Fuck off. 3. Wait, how many are there? Are there
2 right now?
Yeah, there's 2.
I thought there was more.
There are 3 of them.
There we go.
And don't speak about who gets blood points and who does not.
You literally
You already
just
did
that.
Hat.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Drabs. Yeah. You have a lot of nerve.
You're not him.
You have
for
a lot
my
of growing
first
down
blood
to
point,
do.
John, I'm going to take 2 blood points away from Morgan.
Nope, that's not how it
Oh,
works.
we're already at the end of these?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, for my blood points, I'd like to give everyone that didn't put a hot take in, that's great. Thank you for saving me time. For my other blood point, I'd like to take it away from Morgan Hughes.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Moving on from user AGS Attack with 0 points, as is tradition. Quote, I haven't listened to the podcast in over a month. Did I miss anything? Though I probably won't listen and won't hear the answer, even if I did. End quote. Yep. Probably, yeah. Darby Schrenfis, your thoughts?
So this is his thing this season. I don't know if it's self-deprecating or self-pitying.
Who is it?
AGS Attack.
Oh, I listened to it.
If you're suffering from depression, call 1-800-EAT-SHIT.
If your erection lasts for more than 2 hours. Nice. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
You want to do your thing, Darby?
This episode of Segment 3 is brought to you by AGS Attack finally having been stopped. That's right, boys and girls. He hasn't come up with anything in weeks.
And also by perfectly timed erections. If you are tired of not having an erection for 120 consecutive minutes, I've got some great news for you. PM me or Karen Crognails and find out how your erection can be slightly longer. I mean, not longer, but more, more time. There'd be more time of it.
You'll have it for longer?
That's it, John.
Like the penis length doesn't increase?
In fact, it gets shorter.
Well, that's a side effect, right?
Yeah.
That's a bad side effect.
If you blow your wad in 3 seconds, it doesn't matter how long it stays hard after.
Can you even get your pants off in 3 seconds?
Not me. I wasn't talking about me. I was talking about Morgan.
No, I wasn't asking
Can you get
you.
Morgan's
I was just like,
pants
that
off
was
in
just
3
like a
seconds?
proverbial you. Like, can anyone get their
How
pants off
fast
that
can you
fast?
get Morgan's pants off? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
PM me or Karen Crognails to find out. There are 3 of them. There are 3 Karen Crognails.
Did you say you were going to masturbate to Karen Crognail?
Johnny did not say that. That's disgusting. How dare you? She's a dear friend, and she could fire me at any moment. How dare you?
Definitely implied it, but he did not say it.
It was the implication. You're right about
Right.
that.
It's about the implication.
It's because the implication.
Right, yeah.
Moving on from user ACES Stefan with -1 points, plural. Quote, hello, gentlemen. So first, a quick note to the very rich, potentially new local owner of the crew. The Save the Crew boys aren't the only ones in town that know how to deal really well with getting fucked by an owner. Okay. A lot of people recently have been desperate for the good old days, for simpler times. If you're looking for Columbus's hottest new throwback bar, look no further than 2000 and State. Located on Capitol Square, this club has everything from 10 years ago. Overuse of the word massive, naked cartwheels, Venezuelan driving, young men knitting hats with the elderly, gay wingers, gay winger, an all-drag winger cover band.
Oh, they've got the kind of chicken you like.
Morgan Hughes in his late 30s. Thank you, John. Darby Schnarfus in his late 300s.
Oh, shit.
No. John Sadar with hair. No, what? Oh, my God. Oh, it hurts, John. It hurts. It hurts.
Why does it hurt you?
Because of how much I care about you as a friend.
Oh.
Pam Purdy with hopes and dreams. People dressed up like the dancers from the All the Single Ladies video. Trump selling mansions to Russian oligarchs. Look it up. Katy Perry kissing girls. Mulleted Argentine twins. Science teachers making and selling blue meth. Soccer coaches with bellies so big there's no way they can find their dicks unless they roll on their back like a flipped cockroach. The first appearance of the actual Stefan and Armenian skeet and potatoes. What's Armenian skeet and potatoes, you ask, John? It's that thing where you meet a reporter for the LA Times from Glendale, California, who's covering Obama's election, and you talk to her because you want to maybe get in the newspaper. Then you drunkenly text her one night, and she surprisingly invites you out to drinks at Hyde Park. And when you get there, she pours vodka down your throat for 2 hours and shows you pictures of her hot daughter, and then tells you she's married even though she wasn't wearing a ring, and then basically grabs your hand and drags you back to her hotel room and says, this is happening. And then when it's over, at 3 a.m., she gets on Irish radio to give an interview about the election. So head on down to Capitol Square this weekend. It'll be massive. End quote.
It was oddly specific.
Was that from? Is that Chris Doran's account?
That was ACES Stefan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you heading down to Capitol Square this weekend, buddy?
No.
It's going to be massive. There'll be that thing that he just talked about.
I'm good.
With the,
the rape?
Yeah.
Is that what you're referencing? The rape?
Yeah,
the rape will be there?
That will be there,
That'll
yes.
be there? Okay.
You should avoid it.
I'm going to avoid that place.
Hey, everyone, avoid that bar. Don't go there. It's
Jesus.
There are a lot of words, but mostly just pay attention to the rape part. You don't want that.
No.
Avoid it. Avoid the clap. Jimmy Dugan. Moving on. From user Dave Greeley, Greeley Bad Ideas with 0 points. Quote, Dave stares at his iPhone. What podcast should I listen to? I wonder if there's one that focuses on getting peed on while listening to female soul singers. Ah, yes. The Urethra Franklin Hour. 61 minutes later, Dave is soaked in corporate sponsor urine. Boy, this sure is icky. Time to select another podcast. Want to make sure I don't make a tragic mistake. I know, ACES Radio. The only person that hates me more than me is them. That's quote.
Jane, you ignorant slut.
Darby Schnarfus.
Ooh.
Salonimax.
Can't confirm. Ooh.
Bottle Surfer.
Stanklor. I'll eat poop, but I mean, this goes too far.
Everyone loved that joke. That was very
Everyone
funny.
has their limits.
That's great. Yeah. That's pretty great. Moving on. From user Aces Archive with -1 points, plural. Quote, remember when hashtag hot takes involved soccer? Hashtag throwback Thursday, end quote.
No.
I don't.
I do not remember that.
I'll give me kick it to myself for my thoughts. Thanks. No. Salonimax, your thoughts?
I don't remember that at all, ever.
John, remember the episode where Salonimax came on? We were at my house, and he got really drunk and wouldn't shut up. And
John,
we were
were you
trying to
there?
talk about the Buckeyes or some shit.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what else is great about tables is the flatness.
John was there.
The flatness of them. You can
You
put
just don't
stuff on.
remember.
I was there. You were
I don't
drunk.
remember. There was a lot of bourbon
You
drink.
vomited everywhere.
Wasn't that the New Year? Which one was that?
No, didn't vomit. I had to take.
I was there.
New Year's Day.
Was it the New Year's one?
I had to try. I had to take.
But I left before he
You had
got
to take
truly out of
an
here.
Uber.
Travis Irvine and I had.
Travis Irvine. drunk.
Oh, yeah. Travis Irvine was drunk as shit, too.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, he wasn't, John. Shh. Only dreams now.
He's an elected official.
He wasn't.
He's an upstanding
No.
citizen.
We just,
Tax-paying citizen.
A lot of people from Austin watching this, John. They might not sign Travis to their next comedy club thing.
Zombie raccoons.
He'll be here next week. Tune in to find out. Moving on from user Mitch from Ohio with -1 points, plural quote. That's pretty dang cool. End quote.
That's pretty dang cool.
John, start your thoughts. Actually, that's pretty dang
It's
cool.
Purdy. P-U-R-D-Y. Oh, I get it now.
That's Pam's wedding hashtag. Don't yawn in the microphone.
Oh, I did like.
It's an exciting episode. Salonimax, your thoughts on pretty dang cool.
I like it as a hashtag.
Who is
I like it
this
a lot.
that came up with? Is this the person that came up with it the other day?
Mitch from Ohio. He is also the person behind the Morgan's Fun Van for Your Kids account.
But is this the same person that tweeted about it like a week ago?
I don't know.
Remember somebody tweeted
I
about
turned
it?
off my Twitter alerts.
does she
and-
want?
I texted you and Pam about it. Congratulations.
I'm not
remember
really
who that
friends
was?
with you. I don't have your number on my phone. I have a new phone, John.
It's a burner.
My phone
You have a new phone?
fell in the toilet.
New phone, who dis?
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's Zidar. Throw it in the toilet. That's what happened. Moving on from user #1 Handsy Boy. I can't believe that username was available. With 0 points. Quote, hey, it's me, the #1 Handsy Boy. I've heard through the grapevine that someone on this Buffalo Bills podcast has been claiming my title recently. You trying to get handsy, bro? Meet me behind the B-dubs. End quote. What? Darby Schnarf's your thoughts.
I kind of want to see whatever this has happened.
Why do all Handsy boys immediately go to B-dubs?
That's where all the 3-4 men go to.
All the 3-4 men hang out there?
They like the chicken parts.
They go there for the chicken parts before they head down to the Capitol Square bar?
Go for the rough lads, stay for the chicken hands.
Right, that's what I've always said.
2 chicken hands for a quarter. Today only at B-dubs. If in case you're feeling hot. That's their catchphrase. I'm the
Nailed it.
spokesman, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yes, they just hired me recently. Do you know why, John?
Why?
I'm
3-4 men.
No, do you
Right.
know why? Because I'm kind of confused.
I'm
not very good at this.
Or you're asking me.
Well, they heard that you were arguably the #1 Handsy Boy. So
Not
they took
arguably.
a chance. I mean, somebody is claiming you're.
Well, this person's arguing
Yeah.
against it, so...
No one would do that.
It's contested.
I would see it, first of all, on the screen, and I don't.
I mean,
You read the words.
presumably there would be some Handsy Boy
You read it.
standings.
Is this
You
your
said-
hot take? If you are the number
Yeah,
one
did
Handsy
you
boy?
post this?
Where are you in the Handsy Boy standings?
It looks like I'm at the top. Moving on from user Provisional Champion. God damn it. With -1 point.
That's your account. There it is.
Oh, we found you. Thanks for chiming in.
Quote, hey guys, just wanted to give a shout out to all the Dublin peeps on this podcast. Everyone knows you're the best, smell great, and are great with kids. Perhaps that's why all the kids from Dublin are fine, upstanding citizens and never skip school or marry the people who still need to grow up. Well, I'm off to one of my many Dublin parks where I will be building habitats for the local raccoon population because we love all creatures great and small here. Justin Merrim is our mayor. He is the best, end quote. Oh, nope. Yep. There it is. Sean Sidar, your thoughts on that lie?
Sounds like a Hotake to me.
Sounds like trash.
Well established.
Sounds like trash.
Yeah.
Facts
No
all
one likes
around.
it.
As a unbiased watcher of the Suburban Wars,
Yeah.
that sounds like nothing but truth.
Truth. How? What?
That's
I mean,
true.
they've got the biggest.
They're
festival in
last
Columbus.
I mean, I had texted you earlier to ask you about it and get
Yeah, I don't have your number.
I said, did you have a comment? And you didn't respond.
Well, I threw my
so
phone
no
in the
comment
toilet when
means that must be the truth.
You texted me, I threw it in the toilet, John.
Well, that was your decision.
I don't want to talk to that guy. Pam's like, this is the second time this evening that you've done that.
Thrown the phone.
We just spent an hour at the Verizon store, and you did the same thing right when we got home again. This is very unfortunate. Moving on. From user DH Goat with -1 points, plural quote. Greetings, Aceholes. Recently, I've been giving some consideration to an appropriate suggestion for Aces Radio karaoke and settled on Yellow Rain, sung to the tune of Purple Rain, for a variety of reasons which I won't elucidate here. What was that? Elucidate.
Well done.
You got it.
You pronounced like half the
You
words.
got it the
Look at
first
me, I
time.
can read.
And
People
you
on the
got
porch, tell everyone you know. I play softball. Look at that
don't-
guy. He's a piece of shit.
You play softball with that guy?
Yeah, he's a pitcher on the team. Fuck you, Trevor.
Is that really his
That's
name?
not him.
Do you?
Sorry. Sorry, Trevor.
Do you throw your phone?
No,
into
don't
the toilet
apologize
when
to
he texts
Trevor.
you?
He's the piece of shit.
Somebody go throw my
Apologize
phone to
not
Trevor, please. Where are we? This led me in a roundabout way to thinking about which crew player was most likely to have a Trump-style P-tape. I may have been a tad high. I think it's got to be someone with a squeaky clean image like Will Trapp, but I bet Josh Williams is into some pretty freaky shit. Cue both Travis's boing and John Zadar's erection. So, which player do you think, either past or present, is into water sports? Hashtag up the finches. Hashtag goldfinches for life.
My name is Will Trapp.
Darby Schnarvis.
I peed on a mat. What? Did you hear that? He said it.
I'm actually going to go with Renteria. That dude, we know he had a fire hose, so he probably just sprayed down entire rooms.
I'm Emilio
With pee?
Renteria.
Yeah.
With P.
Yeah.
I'm from Columbus.
Among other things.
I play in Columbus. I'm Emilio Renteria. I peed on people. That's what he sounds like.
Really, if I was going to go with any striker that peed on people, I feel like it's pretty obviously Mendoza.
It's got to be Mendoza.
Right? Like,
absolutely.
Like, he was the one that got banned from the team for bringing the hookers and coke to the hotel.
My
and
name is
shit.
Mendoza.
No, he got banned for peeing on them.
I'm Peruvian.
I don't know. I wasn't there, Salon MX. We can't all be traveling around the
I mean,
world
that's what I've
following
heard. I
Mendoza
don't
and his
know.
strippers.
Peed on Carl MX. Senior?
Senior?
That's his grandfather.
He beat on his own dad?
No, Salon MX.
No, it doesn't go.
father
It
is
doesn't
Carl.
go senior the grandfather.
Yes, it does,
Then
'cause he's the
Salon
oldest.
MX's dad.
Then Salon MX.
So what Salon MX is actually the
It's
combo breaker?
it's Carl
It's
Senior.
Carl Salon, Matt Salon, Carl Salon.
No, it's Carl Salon Sr.
That's right.
Right.
Matt Salon III.
That's right.
And then Carl Salon Jr.
Exactly. Listen to the Schnarfus. He knows what he's talking about.
He's been around for all of them. He knows.
I'd like
right.
my blood points.
I
to go to
remember
Darby.
when his family tree was just a stick.
Oh, I'm John Zadar, and
say
everything that you just said, Drabby, is true.
That is what you sound like. Moving on from user Big Dick Stefan with -1 points, plural. Kuwait.
Say elucidate.
The place, Kuwait, of course. Quote, wait, you guys thought I used my hands for all of those saves? End quote. Because of the implication, John. Your thoughts?
What did he use when all those goals were going in like 3 weeks ago?
Not his
dick?
penis?
Why wasn't it? Was it sore
He was
from the saving?
It was injured.
He just wasn't up for it.
You can only use it once.
Right.
For it.
Well, after
Well done.
a long weekend in Austin with
Mom.
Greeley.
Moving on. From user Krushmak with -1 points, quote, in the 80s sitcoms had theme songs remixed from popular music. In 2018, shitlords from Columbus reword these songs for their own amusement. These are their parodies. Done. Segment 3 is periscoped before a live studio audience, and Zadar, who's busy on Slack. Evening, everyone. Darbs. Tell me the secret, Drabby. How are you still alive?
Can't be dead yet. Too much crew to be saving.
Acapella, this one. Stealing the crew from its fans today takes all that Greeley's got. Taking the crew in search of queso. You must be smoking pot.
It's cheers.
We'll never... Thank you, Solanomax. I was really lost there for a second.
Come on, you got to sing it.
We'll never let you get away. Sometimes you need to know that everybody thinks you're lame. And we all hate that you came. You need to know that we can see right through your fucking game. You need to know that everybody hates your name. You need to know that we can see right through your fucking game. Everybody hates your name. Hashtag who's Cliff? Hashtag who's Diane? End quote.
You didn't do show prep this
That
week.
would have been better song.
Yeah.
Sean Sadar?
Who was that about?
That was Cheers.
It was about Dave
It
Greeley.
was about Greeley. Yes.
Remember when we did the Cheers?
I don't know.
opening,
I mean, I
a long
know
time
what
ago?
Cheers is, but I've never seen it, so I don't appreciate it.
I got thrown off by the
You
dun-dun.
weren't born yet.
That's why I got thrown off.
Yeah, they mix their sitcom.
I did recognize the part where we don't know
because that's a
your
Law and
name or
Order
something
thing,
like that.
right?
I did recognize that
That's
part.
why I picked it up.
But
I mean,
the dun-dun threw me off.
Yeah.
Sit.
Let
Ubu,
us-
sit.
Dun-dun.
Oh, Morgan, you're still here.
Good dog. Moving on. From user Regulator 420
Roast
with
the shit out of you.
Yeah, that was pretty good. -1 points. Quote, so I'm burying a time capsule in the Outback next week that is to be dug up in 50 years' time. That's assuming the dingoes don't dig it up first. Australia stuff. I decided the good folks in the future need to be reminded how the galaxy's greatest team looked 50 years ago and who were the proverbial movers and shakers. I started a list of essential crew items and even left a small spot for a tribute to everyone's favorite podcast, Red Cards in Helltown. I've opened this up for suggestions. Zadar, pay attention, but let me get things started. A copy of A Massive Season. This, to me, is the Old Testament for crew fans.
Tome, you tool.
This, to me, is the Old Testament for crew fans. Yeah. To me, this is the...
Is there a space?
No.
No, of course not.
To me, I like this.
Well, go back to elucidate. At least
He added a comma, a hyphen.
I've never seen that word in my life.
To me.
Tome?
Semicolon. Book.
I've never seen... No. In what language?
English.
Motherfucker,
do you speak it?
I don't. I'm for Columbus. We are living the New Testament right now. Publication date for that is 2019. A digital copy of Morgan's Random Crew Video Thing YouTube video. That's not what we call it. Okay. I'm going to mark out a bit here to the host of the 7th Best Buffalo Bills podcast, but the only thing missing from this is an Andy Herron, Elbow, and Robbie Rogers fighting a corner flag. He didn't fight it. He made love to it. A 2002 U.S. Open Cup winning medal. I know Kyle Martino's is floating out there on eBay somewhere. The man needs to raise money to buy some new socks with stronger elastic in them. Amen. Now on to the ACES radio section. Empty bottle of Zima and a half-used tub of duck butter. Shout out to the Sportsmans and president of the Ben Olsen fan club. No comment if these two products were used at the same time. Gross. All my PM'd Karen Crognails. Oh yeah, baby. Continuing champion trophies. Actually, burying these in an Australian desert is the best thing for all parties involved. News. Darby. I'll be honest, I still can't figure out how this guy still walks around without people constantly trying to bury him anyway. Might as well finish the job.
Yeah, right there.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. So now it's up to you, panel. What would be your one crew item and one ACES radio item you would bury for future crewligans to remember? End quote.
He approaches the baby
Solana Max, we'll put this to you.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's your first... What would you bury from the crew, other than Brent Miller?
A crew item. It'd have to be one of the... it'd have to be one of those really cheap T-shirts that I used to hand out outside of Ohio Stadium. It had like AT&T on the back of it. And crew shield on the front of it. And I'm still rattling around at my house somewhere.
I got one shirt at a sporting event from one of those things, and it was at a Clippers game, and I was so excited the police had to tell me to relax.
You know what?
I was like, you're right.
I totally
don't know what I'm doing right now.
How old were you?
24.
32.
It was
Old enough to be
yesterday.
drinking.
It was yesterday's Clippers game.
It was Diamond Dog Night, and it was just a shirt that said Pepsi on it. It didn't even
Didn't
say
even say
Clippers or
Clippers,
anything.
like most of those that they distribute.
I just was really excited.
So the ACES radio thing?
ACES radio thing.
It would be the painting of the Sportsman's Farm. Where the hell is that thing?
Oh, the duck.
Yeah.
It's usually in here.
Yeah, where is that thing?
It probably just didn't make its way out of the thing.
It's at home.
It's framed. It's on the wall.
It's
over the mantle.
It's over the mantle.
I'm still getting used to my surroundings.
It's over there.
It's a conversational piece.
It's over the bed.
Yeah, it's hanging on
It's
the
over
ceiling.
Pam's face.
Yeah.
Pam's dead face. Because I killed her.
Right, because you beat the shit out of her.
Yeah,
Right,
surprised her
That's
to
great.
death.
That's good.
Moving on from user Rec League Commissioner. No.
Oh,
Yep.
We don't have time for this.
yeah, we do.
Yep.
Well, you chose to move on, so.
-1 point. Quote, Dear Mr. Hughes, it has come to our attention that you violated several rules of our rec league. Please respect our league and begin to follow the rules. Specifically, you have been observed doing the following. I feel like I'm choking on my own vomit. Insisting all players' rankings be read aloud before the game. I would prefer that. Making the PA announcer give you a 5-minute player intro. Asking us to sing It's Raining Men instead of the national anthem.
You're a 3-4 man.
No regrets. No. Earning the nickname 3-4 Man because it's how many points you score per game. Yelling Salonimax after you take every shot.
Even the ones you missed.
Yes.
Especially those.
What's going on here?
I don't know. I hear that too.
What is that?
I mean, it has to be coming from someone something.
It's not me.
Did we save the crew? Is that what this means?
That's totally it. Bat signal.
The whole city just fills with that noise.
I mean, we're going to need to...
Morgan, it's coming from you.
It's coming from you.
Do you want to, like...
No, it's not. It's
hit the hold
It's coming
music?
over there. Right?
Yeah, put
It's
the...
echoing from everywhere. It's
hold on.
everywhere.
I'm almost sure it's coming from him.
Hold music in 3, 2, 1. No. Okay. We literally didn't find what that was. So, I mean, I really think someone's missing the birth control. Don't get freaky this weekend. And remember to PM Darby your Karen Croc nails. Yelling Salonimax after every shot you take. Calling timeouts so you can switch batteries in your GoPro. Screeching like an eagle when you run down the court. That was not me. That was Columbus Eagles Eagle. Insisting other players call you Larry Bird. Telling your teammates, let's go wash our butts, instead of saying, hit the showers. Calling your poor play fundamentals. Wearing boat shoes during a game instead of gym shoes. Sincerely, Rec League Commissioner. End quote. Everyone hates that. Everyone hates that. Drabby Shrimpers, your thoughts? No.
Yeah!
I will not.
Salonimax!
Absolutely not. Fake news. This celebration drop is fake news.
And yet it's playing.
Hey, we can't comment right now. We're all writing down Rec League Commissioner.
Absolutely.
For later.
Fake news. Pronounced vicious, Spike. Vicious. Moving on from user... Don't wash your butt into the microphone, John. I know what you're trying to do. Second to last hot take comes to us from Morgan's anal leakage with -1 points, plural. Quote, sploop. End quote.
Oh, we had some of that for lunch.
Disgusting.
Hey, I learned from Alex Thomas on the weather that if that was from a bird, it came from the same place.
You will find out from Alex Thomas with the weather. How dare you?
I'm clairvoyant.
Salonimax, moving on. Last hot take of the night from user Morgan's Fun Van for your kids. With -1 point, quote, now that it is getting hot out, the Fun Van will be offering free car washes every Wednesday. And don't worry, while your car is being washed, Morgan will personally watch your kids in the back of the van because here at Morgan's Fun Van for your kids, we care. End quote. I feel that's a hotake.
So, like,
you
what?
just described my business model.
You just pull the van up to, like, the Moo Mart or whatever it's called across the street?
That's exactly what it's called, Moo Mart.
Moo Moo Express.
Yeah. That's it, whatever. And you're
Welcome
just
to the Moo Mart. What
hop
can we
in,
get you?
kids.
So
Cal?
I thought this was gonna go like the car wash scene in Dodgeball, where you were having the little kids like wash the cars.
No.
Okay, that was
sitting there like fingering his own belly button.
Ew, I don't even know what you're talking about, but that
my
is
God.
gross.
I checked out and then checked back in when that started happening. Christ on a bike.
You picked the right time.
There are not enough no's.
Darby Schnarpus, unfortunately, we go to you first. Your 2 blood points of the night going to the follow users, my friend.
So right there at the end, Rec League Commish absolutely 100% gets a blood point. That
Trash.
was fantastic. And let's see. Somebody needs to move up in the standings. Justin Merrim facts.
Garbage.
It's all about you.
Garbage. Salonimax, you have a fake family in China and in Egypt.
I do.
You have spread your seed to the wind, my friend, and it has stuck. Your 2
stuck
blood
to the
points.
wind?
Just picturing
not how
Salonimax
wind
on, like, the Brewdog rooftop patio, just jerking it into the wind.
She's like a sprinkler.
Go, my children. Find a womb.
Find a womb, PM me or Karen Crocknails when you get there. Salonimax, your 2 blood points go to the following users.
Krushmak. And then
Ocular fucking melanoma.
Rec League Commissioner.
Boo. Trash. Trash. Sean Satar, the wet boy, your 2 blood points, my friend.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. Rec League Commissioner.
So good.
And then my other beeping noise goes, or my other point goes to that mysterious beeping noise.
Well, now we know whose beeping noise it was.
Well, this is how you get blood points this season. My first blood point goes to none other than Columbus Lad for being one of the hottest hot takers in the game. And my second one, unfortunately, has to go to Mike Hudson sucks. He's having a great day. It's gotten better.
That was on the edge for me. The 3-4 Bills defense was good.
You can't write that, Darby. You just go into a coma and accidentally type that when you're falling down the stairs. Okay. Is because he's not great, and he had to be on accident, is what that joke was all about.
Okay.
I love that. Everyone is. You're going to call me later, but Morgan, that was a great joke about falling down the stairs. What does he have? Does he have the thing about the blood sugar? And I'll say, yeah. It's called diabetes.
He's got the sugars?
And he did, yeah, and he fell down the stairs. And while he did, he hit the buttons enough, and that came out, John, is what I would say. Mm-hmm. And people say, thanks for explaining it to me.
I don't think I would call.
I'd throw my phone in the toilet if you did.
Well, yeah. Okay, I might then.
Please don't. Another battle for the grand goddamn prize.
And you already know, so let your head nod throughout the outro. Now as the curtains close and it's time to go, the beast almost out like a manifesto. So let's make a toast to all the friends and fam, the folks involved.
Very long outro, John.
And to a world full of people who telling you what you can and can't do, better recognize. Salty eyes ain't a thing, cause we realize that when we do it what we love, that's the grand prize.
Oh yeah, baby. No, you can't, Walter. Walter.
We already did that.
You cannot. You're dead.
That's pretty dang cool.
Moving on, we have score predictions to update, unless you guys don't want to because we're running so late.
Oh no, I've been waiting literally all day for this.
I can't believe you've done this. Cruisers FC taking on New England Fighting Revolution.
Slow down.
This past week.
Slow down, make it sexy.
Lads, the guests, a.k.a. I think it was Brent Miller, right? Brent Miller, you said the most likely outcome was a 3-0 Cruisers FC victory, and that was so far away from being true. Unfortunately, it was a victory. It was a 1-0 victory. You get 5 points. And may God have mercy on your soul. Sean Sitar, the wet boy, you said it was going to be a dose tie, as they say in Roman numerals. It was a 1-0 victory. That wasn't true at all. You suck at this. You get 0 points and may God have mercy on your soul. Darby Schranfus, the 40-year-old man-child, you said the most likely outcome was a 2-2 tie. And no, it was a 1-0 victory. You get 0 points because you suck. Mm-hmm. You're stupid.
And now,
possibly just
ladies and
stop
gentlemen,
doing it right now.
The main event, the moment you have all been waiting for.
I hate you. Morgan Hughes.
If he thinks we're all going to clap, he's wrong.
That's right. We will not clap for you, Darby.
What? What are we clapping for?
Morgan Hughes, continuing champion, #1. Handsy boy smells great, great with kids. Everyone knows that. People can call me and have me explain the Mike Hudson joke later, and I'll say he fell down the stairs because he fell asleep. It was really great. He has a disease. You said it was going to be a 1-0 game, and that's true. It was a 1-0 game. 100% true. Look at you. You're great at this.
Wait. Who did you pick to win?
Does it even matter anymore?
I think it does. I think it literally matters.
We've been such great friends for so long. Who can be sure?
You can't be that good of friends. He's never taking you to the lunch.
Don't call me ever again,
the poop lunch.
I will
Correct
throw
me
my
if
phone
I'm
in
wrong.
the toilet.
Are you not keeping track via a spreadsheet?
I have been.
Can you tell us who
you said
Morgan
it was going to
predicted
be
to win?
a 1-0 loss, and it was a 1-0 victory. You get minus 15 points. Hey, Andres Mendoza, sex with your mother. Moving on to the overall standings in first place. Tied first place.
Wait.
The guests, a.k.a. Solana Max, 50 points. Yeah! In a very distant second place. Or, I'm sorry, first place. Possibly about to be in second after this week because he's not very good at this. In a tie for first place. Very far behind Solana Max. Darby Schranfus, 40-year-old man-child, 50 points.
50 points.
In third place. Absentee amateur artist himself, the wet boy, John Zadar, 40 points. And in fourth place,
oh my God, are you okay?
Continuing champion.
The continuing basement dweller.
The only guy with first place trophies, so he's still technically the champion. In last place, everyone's favorite lad, Morgan Hughes, 35 points. That's right, Solana Max, yeah.
Congratulations, you are the Toronto FC of score
He was the
prediction.
one named last, so no one even remembers what's going on. Even though, no one...
You don't even have...
Respect him as a man. Yeah, Solana Max.
You don't even have CONCACAF as an excuse like Toronto
Celebrate
does.
my greatness.
We should all be clapping. He's in last place.
Everyone celebrate
Yeah,
my
but
greatness.
he's having fun, so no.
We want him to experience all the shit.
I think Periscope is down. That's great. I was interested in seeing, because this is the first time I'd ever predicted the opposite. So I
was trying to think of that. Really? Not even the first season?
I was trying to think the same thing. I was like, has he ever gotten a
Also,
negative 15?
what a coincidence!
Is this your
that,
first negative 15?
Periscope
Yes.
accidentally went down right when you had to.
Yeah, are you
acknowledge
recording this
your
episode?
shit
Are you recording
ordering.
this segment?
I don't think so. Brent,
It's a
just press
shame.
the bottom thing and then just press go live. You'll have to fuck around with it.
It's looking at the wall. You
Hit
gotta
the screen twice.
Flip the
Nope,
mirror.
don't do that. Hit the screen twice. Now you have to. Okay, there you go.
He did it.
Hi,
There it
do you
is.
want to repeat for Periscope?
No, I think we should.
What
Everyone
your
will know
position
it. Our
in the
friends don't know.
standings is.
I'll do the last one.
Hey,
again.
Morgan, I wasn't paying attention. Who's the...
And the last person to be named, Morgan Hughes.
That's right. Yeah. Farmers, you have a fake family in China. You're fake news. You cheat on your wife.
Well,
You're
the last person to be named
Was
in
it
all
wrong?
lists, as you've claimed, Darby, is the worst thing. You
Right,
start
yeah.
at number
Lists
one
start
and you
at
go
number one.
backwards.
That's
Yeah,
how
so
all
you're,
good lists
you're,
go.
you
Lists
must
work.
be for it.
No one cares.
I mean, I don't really agree with that list order, but I think
Also,
that Darby is the reigning
Let's
elder.
point out, he is so bitter about having to acknowledge my firstness that he put the guests
Ahead
first
of you.
in the co-first.
Yes.
Oh, that's because they're in
Yes.
first place, old man. You're stupid and fake news. Don't make me trash you up like I trashed up Nate Beckman. I'll break your wrist. We call it trashing up.
Yeah, how did you break his wrist playing soccer? Was it a double dick jack-off thing?
They're soccermen.
He came at me real hard.
Whoa,
trash him
whoa.
Yeah, so double dick jack-off.
He
That's
came
it.
at you
That's
real
what I mean.
hard.
That's right, John.
He sent his seeds into the wind.
Yep.
And the eagle,
Then-
and the eagle cried.
Then
And he said, PM me your Karen Croc knows when you get there. And I trashed him up. And then I said, yep, send them to me as well. And that was great. And we figured it out, John. But Nate doesn't have a broken hand. How dare you? The overall standings for negative 15-point predictions. In first place, Drabby Shranfus. Never have you predicted the opposite. You have 0 negative 15-point
I'm pretty
games.
sure he did that a few times for me.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, but those count for you.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't, because I went back and listened to all the episodes and did a huge thing, and it was a bowel movement, John. It was great.
How long did you shit to listen to all 85 episodes?
It was horrible. It was horrible.
And at which
I know this. We
which
used
lunch
to,
period can we eat it?
We only used to give out negative 2 points for an opposite prediction. At some point
No,
in
we
season
didn't.
1,
Fake
I swear to
news.
God.
No, we
Fake
didn't.
news.
Yeah,
Fake
we
news.
really did.
No.
Fake news.
I don't remember that at all.
All right, talk to Dr. Spider-Man, a.k.a. Evan. He's listened to every episode. Myself and the guests have only predicted negative 15 points once. Greg Benson has done it twice, and John Zadar 4 fucking times.
I figured.
4.
I knew I had done
times.
it like 2 or 3 times last year.
You have more negative points than Brent
And you know what?
Miller
You
has.
still finished within like touching distance of first place. You
Oh,
were like
that's not what I-
What,
terrible,
I have
terrible,
more,
terrible.
I have more
Oh, you're
what?
still in
I've
it.
lost more points than who?
Brent Miller has ever gained. So
I don't know if that's true.
fuck that guy.
Well, how many
it's
points
subjective.
does guest
I
have
gotta
right
look.
now?
I don't have it in front
how
of me.
many, how many points did guest
So
coach
John
have?
has lost 60 points.
The guests are in first place.
Guests
With-
have only scored 50.
Okay, so yes.
I was actually keeping
Of course,
a
you've
list
also
of what
done
the
that over
guests
3 seasons.
scored, like not
So-
just for the score predictions. Like anybody who gave a prediction, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's see what do they get points or not.
Oh. Have you been doing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you have.
So I have a list of like
So
there's
Salon-
15 different people who have
How many
given
of your
predictions.
families are you ignoring while you do
The
that?
salon sheet
Well, I have
has.
I outsource it.
Oh, you make your kids do the spreadsheets?
Absolutely.
You're like, yeah.
Carl Jr.
Yeah. How's it going over there,
Hey,
Morgan?
Morgan's still here.
He's having a little bit of a stroke right now, folks. We'll be right back.
Fuck on. Cruisers FC taking on the Sportmans of the Greater Kansas.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
That was the thing.
Was that Katie
definitely
Mitchell?
happened.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Katie Mitchell just having an orgasm? Wow. Just one sustained scream. A short burst. We go now to the short bursting
Eagles,
orgasming
sporting
girl.
Kansas City fan.
Yep. Okay, she's had a good time. All right. Cruisers FC taking on Sportmans in Kansas, the state of Kansas this weekend. Before we give our thoughts, impressions, and score predictions, we go to Alex Thomas first with the weather report.
And now, an ACES radio exclusive.
We want it now!
The Weather Report with Uncle Sportsman himself,
If I wasn't Jamaican,
Alex Thomas.
then why would I wear this hat?
It's gonna rain!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls alike, welcome back. It's another edition of the Weather Report with Alex Thomas, Uncle Alligator. Welcome back to ACES Radio. How the hell have you been, my friend? Well, you're muted. Hold on. There you go. Try it now.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, how you been?
It's so good to be
3,
here.
2, 1.
Clap.
This is
We
International.
don't have to do that. How you been, pal?
I've been great, man. How about you?
I've been great. I've been enjoying this nice weather. It's been so nice out. I washed my car yesterday, and then I got out to go to work today, and there were like 7 giant piles of bird shit on it.
What?
Like I don't even mean like a bird had flown over. Like a bird had landed, read a paper. Like
you got decided to like take his time,
talk to another bird about like how work's been going, and then just like dropped a fat fucking round. It was the first time I've ever seen like solid round bird shit.
Well, you know why there's like both solid and liquid. They only have like one pipe. It's not like they can separate the two.
Yeah.
So it all comes out at the same time.
It makes it very complicated for John Zadar to lick butts on
so
birds.
you've moved homes, and the battle with the raccoons is over, and now a battle with the birds, or.
Preach it, brother. Tell everyone you know. What's going on this weekend? We're playing. Where are we playing? Sportsman's.
The boys are the lads, if you will.
I will.
Yeah. They're heading westward, and they're going to go to Kansas City.
All right.
Somewhere near there.
Okay.
And they're going to play at the Merciless Childhood Sobriety Park, or whatever it's called.
Children's Merciless Park.
If you go there and you ask the taxi driver to take us to the Merciless Children's Park, he'll take you to the hospital?
I can confirm that.
I think that's how that works there.
Because like tons of people go to the hospital with like tons and tons of beer and flags wearing soccer jerseys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the deal, man.
It's
what is it, 6 p.m.?
6 Eastern, yeah.
6 Eastern. It's going to be fucking super hot there. Like 96.
All right.
So
that's not really.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Heat wave, which is coming our way.
Who do you think that benefits? You think that benefits a home team or the away team?
I don't know. Do they have one of the big parks? Like, how's their field? Is it giant or is it small?
It's normal. Why?
Well, it's a less running. It probably benefits the home team.
Okay.
If we're stuck in our black jerseys, that's not a good thing. It's going to be like full sun, 96 degrees.
Well. No, I bet shit. I don't know. They're wearing the crazy throwback Wiz.
That's right. Are those black?
Those are primarily black.
Okay,
so
we'll probably be in yellow.
Yeah.
I know that's a tiny thing, but would you want to wear black in 96 degrees sun? Or would you want to wear yellow?
I'm more of a yellow man.
3-4 man.
I'm a 3-4 yellow man. You know that. Any other weather-related updates we should be here?
Not a lot, man. I hope everybody has like a kick-ass 3-day weekend. Get out there. Take care of your tum-tum and Rocky or whatever the hell your bushes are called.
Yeah, Rocky, tum-tum, and Colt.
Yeah. Water those bushes.
Yeah.
Lick those butts, John.
Keep your Crimbus bush wet. Score prediction for the match this weekend, since we're going to do that now.
Shit, yeah, I forgot I think this is going to be a... I'm feeling 0-0, man.
0-0 draw, so saith the alligator of Uncled Origins. Thank you for stopping by, Alex. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, man.
And have a great weekend. Go Cruisers FC.
Oh, yeah.
Smoke weed every day.
Uncle Alligator with a weather report. Moving on, lads. Cruisers FC taking on aforementioned Wizards of Kansas City origin. Darby, it's a national television audience for the first time since last year's playoffs for the Crew, and a matchup of two of the original 10 MLS teams. Columbus leads the all-time series, 24 wins, 23 losses, and 10 ties. It's a Sunday game. It's on Fox Sports 1, I believe, or FS1 as they call it in the industry. Your thoughts on the game, my friend?
I don't know. So I was just sitting here doing my show prep while Uncle Alligator was doing the weather.
Good for you.
They're the top of the West. They're a team that this year has turned things around. They've scored a lot of goals. But as I'm scrolling through, so I went and looked at their schedule, and I'm seeing a win over the Fire, a win over San Jose, a tie and a win over the Rapids, a win over DC United, a tie against Seattle, a 6-0 win against Vancouver, where they were up 2 players,
against the midfield bosses,
and a win over Atlanta, where they were up a man because Guzan got sent off.
Yeah,
and then most recently a tie against Minnesota. That's not actually a rousing record. Like they've beaten teams that they should beat.
Yeah.
And but arguably their 2 biggest wins, Atlanta and Vancouver, where the other team was shorthanded. So I'm not really sure what sort of team this is right now. I don't know if I mean, admittedly, I haven't really watched them play this year. I've read some stuff, but I don't feel like this is necessarily as strong a team as they might appear to be on paper.
Well, I mean, that's true. That's true. And you could say the same thing about the Crew. However, we're talking about the Western Conference, which is horrifically inferior this year. Solana Max, we go to you next. The only win for the Crew at Children's Mercy was back in 2012, a 2-1 victory thanks to a brace from Jairo Arrieta, who was born offside. The only other win, this is interesting, the only other win against SKC in the last 7 years was that 3-2 win at Monterey Stadium in 2015. We struggle
a bit
against our Wizard brethren in the 2.0 era. Your thoughts on the game, my friend?
Agreed. And the thing that I was thinking about was going into this, can we keep another clean sheet? We're playing well defensively. I like that. I agree that the weather's probably going to have a bit of a factor into it. I kind of feel like a little bit of an unknown, too. They are out in the West. This isn't this is the first time we've seen them this year, right?
It is.
It is, yeah. So
first and only.
We only see them once a year. That's all opposite conference teams.
Right? Yeah, you're right. I do feel like that's trouble. I feel like they're going to get a goal. I don't know. I don't know if we can keep it on
because
clean
it's
sheet.
a soccer game and it's likely. Is that why?
Yeah, it's 90 minutes.
Okay.
It's a long game.
Way to go out on a limb there, Jackets. Hashtag fire the cannon or whatever you 15th line shitheads say. Sean Sitar, you've been to one Blue Jackets game in your life.
Yeah, I'm a big cannon firer.
I knew it.
I'm a fireman.
Speaking of men's and things that you go to, this is your shit. This is your jam. You are a lad of the Kansas City origin.
Yep.
3-1-1 in their last 5 are your Sportmans, including a 6-0 shellacking that we talked about over Vancouver at home. And they haven't lost at Children's Mercy since the season opener against NYCFC, another Eastern Conference team. All signs point to Crew winning 12-0 because we're from a more consistently strong area of the country. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this game. I like Kansas. I don't ascribe to the two-team thing, but they're cool. I wanted to buy one of those sweet retro jerseys, but
yeah, you and Celebrity Fan Matt.
They make you pick it up at the fucking stadium.
Would you buy like a jersey of another MLS team, regardless of how sweet it is? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't know, just
well,
because I thought it was
need
cool.
to buy a Sounders jersey, so
Darby,
yeah.
goddammit, get out of here.
Oh yeah, that's a great point.
Fuck out of here.
Maybe
Why would you make a bet that involves you buying one of the worst soccer teams' jerseys, Morgan? That's just.
I'm sorry, I just checked out. I'm back though. So
okay.
You were busy defending yourself for being a pile of shit.
No, I just was indulging in the pile.
All right. Can you not?
I'm trying to fix your shit.
That actually hurts.
Sorry about that, Solana Max.
Yeah, I think they're a team that's kind of a little bit lost right now. They are missing their big designated player, like the most expensive dude in their roster. He was announced at the beginning of May to have hernia surgery, so he's still out, obviously, with that for at least another month or two, I think. So, and despite that, he's still tied for leading their team in goals, having not played since like early April. So
that's like a 2011 Crew stat.
What?
Isn't it? Like, I've been injured for 4 months,
and I still lead the team in goals? Yeah.
I'm Eddie Gavin. I lead the team in goals with 4. And it's November.
I mean, that's kind of 08-ish, right? There wasn't a big goal scorer. You can work. But everyone else is not really contributing in this case, which you need. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. They haven't, like you said, their only loss at home was that opening game of the season. And every other game at home has been a win, and they haven't been shut out at all. So, they're good at home, which is what we always say about MLS, right? You win your games at home, you defend your place, and then you go on the road and get draws. So, but I think that the Crew's rolling, and I do think that this would be the more likely game to give up points in, because I think you'd want to give people a bit of an extra rest before we go into this stretch from hell. I still think we can get the job done, so it'll be interesting to see.
I think an interesting stat from to tie back to this past road game against New England, that was our first goal off of Higuaín Abubakar on the road since the season opener at Toronto. That's 6 road games total, 2 goals scored and 2 goals conceded. Columbus is a stingy defensive team, of course, but also not a very potent offensive attack when it comes to road games. Both goals conceded resulted in 1-0 losses. While that should be scary for the rest of MLS, no doubt, especially when the postseason rolls around and you're playing a team that does not give up shit on the road and plays for draws, even at Philly and Seattle, which are two of the crappiest teams in the history of crap. It kind of. I hope that the rest of the league kind of takes us seriously and plays open and plays aggressive attacking soccer, gives us an ability to maybe be in games that we otherwise would be bunkered against. So I don't know. It's Sunday. Everybody's going to be out of their rhythm. Like Alex alluded to, it's going to be very warm. We're the best road team
It'll be real warm, and it should be
now.
a great crowd with it being a holiday weekend. So.
Right. The holiday does play in because it's not like it's Monday the next day.
Yeah.
You know, I know that these guys don't have Monday to Friday 9 to 5s, but they have family that are on schedules and shit. So tune in to find out. I know I'll be here at Endeavor Brewing Company, John. I don't know about you. Maybe you come or something.
I might be. I'm going to try to be.
That'd be great. That'd be great. We're friends.
I'm supposed to be doing a photo shoot here, actually, if you guys want to be in something.
Julie Jackson?
Nude?
Yeah, me and Julie.
Oh, nice.
No, it's not
to
nude.
do something again?
Yeah, isn't that great?
I mean, probably not.
I mean, we'll see if she shows up and does it.
She probably won't.
I asked her to. Yeah, I need more photos for 2019 material. I've really just been screen capping from the Dear Austin video. So if you're here, and preferably not wearing crew stuff necessarily, I'm going to probably grab you at some point and have your photo taken.
Don't wear crew stuff?
Well,
don't wear crew branded stuff.
Can't you just take pictures right now?
What?
Like, just go outside and take pictures of those people.
No, he means not crew branded stuff, but still soccer stuff.
Well, no, you can wear whatever you want.
Let me talk for you, John.
I'd prefer it was whatever, but...
He means, Darby, he means people with clothes on.
Yeah, if you've got crew branded stuff on, I can't take your photo.
He will never look at you.
Put your clothes back on.
Put it back
If you want to be in cool Project 2019 stuff that's going to be all around town and up on billboards and things like that,
So you're saying if
bring
I'm
an extra
naked,
shirt or something.
You'll take pictures of me.
No.
John is the guy who invented Project # 2019.
Yeah.
I can confirm that it's pretty dang cool. Back to the game. Let's get our predictions out of the way. Not the high-powered Sporting Kansas City of years past. We neglected to mention, but no Dom Dwyer. He's moved on to smackier pastures in Orlando. So tune in. It's gonna be a hell of a game. Darby Schranfus, we go to you first. Your score prediction for the match, my friend.
All right. I have here. All right, let's see. Is Morgan? Are you writing now? Are you?
Have you written?
Writing? Oh my!
No
God.
one trusts
Why
you.
don't you just take
He's
my
cheating.
pen? Whatever
Brent.
I'm doing is backfiring because I'm in
You
last
wrote-
place.
But you already wrote a score.
Yes.
Okay.
Did
All
you
right,
change it
that's-
from
I
last
trust you.
week?
Tune in to find out.
That's a no.
So I'm going with Kansas City Chiefs 1 touchdown, Columbus Crew 1. 1-1.
7-1.
No, 1-1.
Oh, okay.
1 soccer goal to 1 soccer goal. Hashtag Barba Poop. Hashtag Waffle Irons for days.
Ooh, waffle irons. I like that. I'm short on them. Slonimax, you are predicting for yourself and the guests this week. Your score prediction, my friend.
Yeah, kind of agree. Predicting our Crew SC 1 goal and the John Zadar Sporting Kansas City Football Club Athletico 1 goal.
1-1 tie.
Hashtag Morgan is DFL.
Down for life. That's right. Detroit for life. Sean Zatar, the wet boy, current third placeman. Your score prediction, my friend.
Yeah. I'm going to predict Cruisers 2. The best bar in the greater Kansas area 1.
John Zadar
Going
says
with the road
2-1.
That's a dangerous score.
Tune into my hashtags
Well
in
done.
just a
That's
second
bold.
to be roasted thoroughly and your
Oh,
favorite
fantastic.
bar. I
Here
can't
we
wait
go.
for you to hear this. I say Cruisers FC 1, expensive lad Drinkmans 2. There's a $95 fucking vodka drink at their
Yeah, there
supporter
is.
bar.
We drank 2 of them.
That Mike Kuhn and
Serious?
John Zadar drank. Like they ordered it more than once.
Wow.
It was
You're
outrageous.
good at decision making.
My
was
hashtags
tasty.
this week
It
are...
was like 2 gallons of Moscow Mule.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hashtag only one waste hole on the Columbus Eagles Eagle.
Ew.
Hashtag,
It's true, John. It's true.
Are you an eagle?
I'm an eagle. Got
Okay,
no
just
bite.
clarifying.
Only one waste hole. Bye.
hashtag I'm definitely only a girl. I'm a 3-4 man. That's not the hashtag. But we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, it says definitely only girl.
Yeah,
a
just-
3-4
that's
man.
what
Oh,
Screw
you're
me
the
up, I
only
raised the
girl
ass.
in a 3-4 man scenario?
Definitely
Jesus
only
Christ,
girl.
let's hope you've got more than
a
one hole.
3-4 man. Wow.
Oh man, good thing I'm not the eagle. That hole would get tired. Hashtag digging for poop. Really got to remember to erase that next week.
Oh, man. That
Hashtag Rambo in Rambo Gooner is because of Rambo. Hashtag Pam.
I can't stop laughing about you saying that hole would get tired.
It would.
God.
I mean, things
Can
are
holes
going in,
get
things
tired?
are coming out.
Like you're not. It's not doing anything.
No,
the hole is just
very tired
the
hole.
hole is just existing.
See,
it's
because
not
it's expanding and contracting
But
constantly.
like not because he's flexing.
It's fatigue. The elasticity is
Hashtag
fatigue.
Eagle Strong. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag Pam stab fork promise threat. Hashtag Darbs fire dead hot dog boy. And hashtag all we are is seeds in the wind. That's Reese Max.
Yeah, Kansas is turning over in their graves.
They
right
sure
now.
are. That is a good Kansas roasting. John Zadar doesn't come back from
All
that.
we are seeds in the hole.
Sean, yeah.
So the two of you now have conflicting predictions.
What did he say? He always said the
You have
opposite.
two-
About that for a
one
second.
opposite
2-1
predictions.
sportsmen's. Yeah.
So
That means it'll be a draw.
Sweet.
which I would be
points.
okay with.
1-1.
What'd you predict?
A 1-1 draw.
1-1.
GCG bag. What they got going on this weekend, John?
They'll probably be here watching the game.
Getting their pictures
This is their
taken.
thing.
Love it. Love it.
Well, actually, I have a lot of them already, but
Oh.
yeah, maybe a few new ones.
I hope the dirty Ethan McKinley is not here. I hate that guy.
He's the one of the worst. I'm surprised that he is not
Alive?
part of the fun van.
How do you know he's not?
He's one of my worst employees, John. Fantastic.
I just figured he's a good outlet for kids.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure. Tune in to find out. Darby Schranfus, volunteer opportunities other than getting your picture taken by failing Julie Jackson.
Yeah, apparently, if you want to show up naked at Endeavor on Sunday, you can get your picture taken.
exactly
No,
what
don't
it
do
is.
that.
But also, can we can talk about the Art Fest thing, right?
Yeah, we better.
Yeah. So on the Friday of the Columbus Art Festival, we are going to have a setup in like the kids section. So if you want to come help out with that, there's going to be like kids painting banners and shit. Like basically, Tifos Wood is going to be outsourced to child labor now.
Nice.
So like you can bring your kids for that, but also you could volunteer to help out and like keep
Yeah.
kids from drinking.
It
painting,
runs
that sort of stuff.
Yeah, we're just there Friday, and it runs. What did I say? 11 to 7, I think.
So that's
and
it's June 8th, right?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
so.
the date?
Saturday?
But we do need volunteers. I think Ethan and Nate are kind of spearheading it, and then I think Brent and Joe are involved, but have to work during the day, so they'll be there in the evenings. But we could. Oh, you will be? Okay, so Brent will be there all day. But we could always use a couple more people that are able to be there during the day because it is a work day. It is a Friday.
Oh, it is a Friday.
Yeah. So like be okay with kids, but also be willing to talk to people and sort of spread the word to
Right.
parents.
We're gonna need
and
a.
shit.
Yeah, it would be good if we could have enough in the tent at all times to like, engage the kids, but also chat with the parents.
What about people who are great with kids?
They should definitely be there all.
Yeah, you
fucking
should be
day.
there. It'd be great. Yeah.
When is that?
It is June 8th, yes. Friday, June 8th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Yeah, we're working
I
out
got a whole
details,
thing
but I
to
assume
say.
there's going to probably be like maybe 2-hour shift sort of things would be my guess.
Unless
So
you're a kid,
wanna
then you have
start
to stay
out
there all day and paint.
Absolutely.
Yeah, kids will be chained to the tent and they will have to stay.
Carl Slonimex Jr.
Yes, and
Sure.
Yep. As many kids as we can chain up, and then at the end of the day, we're just going to kind of leave, and I assume the fun van will come and collect them.
That's right, John. Ethan McKinley will be driving. Also, if you have chains, bring them. Is that right, Darby?
Yeah.
Send-
We can always use more chains.
Your,
for the
first of all,
kids.
PM all of us your Karen Crognails. Also, send an email to team@savethecrew.com whether or not you have chains.
Yeah.
It's
But
like
it-
a Fleetwood
yeah.
Mac song.
Yep.
Is that
But
right?
just, seriously, like.
Should
that's-
they
that's a
email
good-
team at Save the Crew if they really want to volunteer?
Yeah, if they really want to volunteer, email team@savethecrew.com and we'll get you connected to the proper
If you
people.
can't volunteer, also email team@savethecrew.com just to let us know, because we will be expecting
If you want
it.
to
Do you
ask
want me
about
to
the
tell them to
status of
email his
jerseys,
personal email? I'll say it.
Yeah.
Don't, John.
DM those to Mark.
Do not send them to president@spicegirlsclub.com.
That's it.
I
You got
don't
it.
want to be overlooked.
So
Never
that's our
again.
next volunteer thing. But we have some stuff in the works. We're not talking about yet, but there's going to be some community things going on this summer. That's
pretty dang cool.
Where there'll be opportunities for people to get involved.
Yep.
What else?
Art Fest
we're
is
not
soon,
talking
though,
about it
so if
Art
you're
Fest is the
interested,
next 2
let
weeks.
us know ASAP so we can make sure we've got enough.
Yes.
More like Fart Fest.
The hole gets tired.
If your hole is tired from all 3 segments of ACES Radio, you're in good company, my friend. I can't walk straight and don't feel like I can for another couple weeks. I'm a one-holeman. You know me, John.
On behalf of benevolent corporate overlord sponsors, Blood, Urine, Spit, Salvia, Foot Golf, Larry Turd, Erica Crest, and the dead, rotting corpse of Kevin Burns, this has been episode 86 of ACES Radio. Thanks for having us, and thanks for being had. And all or Guillermo's people said... Segment 2 still has to happen.
That's a tired hole.
I'm a 3-4 man.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Please have a party. Feed us drinks. Get us laid.
Dude, don't pretend like you're busy working or something, dude. You know you're in bed, just watching PlayStation or something like that.
That's the word on the street.